Oi, oi. Happy flat a day, wiggly flat thumbs. Welcome back to Flat of Britishes. Happy flat a day, wiggly flat thumbs. Flat of Britishes. Flat of Britishes. Flat a day night, which is going to be fantastic. Buckle in, guys. Get yourself, brace yourselves for epicness, because that is what we're doing tonight. Good to see you all in chat. Thank you, everybody, for visiting. You will not regret it tonight. We're going to drop some truth bombs. It's not going to be comfortable for everybody, admittedly, of what I'm going to say tonight. But the truth be told, okay, uncomfortable or not, and there are aspects to this which are going to spin off into many future vlogs. This is going to be just a part one because there is so much in this topic. It's hard to even imagine. Tonight, I will be presenting 600 plus juicy images with you and a narrative to run and lots of amusing things to keep us all entertained in the top tier of truthtainment on YouTube. What do you think of that? So that was a really awesome little comment by Scott there. Thank you very much for that, Scott. Praying for something is being in the frequency of not having it or being unable to manifest it yourself, like giving your energy away. Well, that's what we're going to talk about in this tonight. We're going to talk about a subject which is very, very touchy, and the touchiness of this subject, and maybe the anger that will be in my comments later, who even knows, will only go to solidify what I'm going to be telling you tonight concerning praying. Interesting little name, that prey, like prey and predator. And we're going to talk about what is really going on. It's going to blow your minds, guys. And like I said, it's going to be uncomfortable. If you like your paradigm nice and the way it is, well, it's going to be ever so more interesting paradigm after this little post. So buckle in. Thank you, Scott, for everything, my brother. It was an awesome little comment. And very, very true as well. If you give that frequency out that you haven't got enough, you won't get any more because it just knows. Okay, it picks up on that. Martin is the best. Well, I do appreciate that. I do appreciate any positive stuff, but we're not here for that, which is something that I tried to prove this week by yesterday. I put a video out, a short for 2 minutes, where I didn't say anything for 2 minutes. And it got the same views or around the same views as the video I've put out the day before for 30 minutes, where I say a lot. So even if I just say nothing at all, I still get the views if I say something. But it's not about that. It's about the truth, which is what we're doing now. We're doing the big wiggly flat thumb truthage. I'm going to give you a few of you shouts. It's going to be a long show if I don't get underway soon, though. So we're going to do that. We're going to fill hearts with love. Salute, Leslie. Salute, Benjamin. Yes, today I am Marticus Scrotus Erectus Maximus. Let me say that in a Romanesque voice. Martimus Scrotimus Maximus. Maybe I'll try it in a higher pitch voice later. We'll go through some voice variations for my show to try and Janine, good to see you. I'm really loving the comments that are coming forward of people who are just letting go of their fear, doing them, and having a groovy life. And lots of people are literally changing their lives, like literally recently. And it's just amazing to read, because I also am going through such a process. The thing is with this process, as I've noticed, is when conserving energy, I can't give it out anywhere else, I've noticed, except for my craft, which is my work and my research. So blocking, the chi leaks. Otherwise, it ends up a game of snakes and ladders. And all of the work that I would have done, my spiritual growth to a certain point, I'm back down there again. And then I have to go boom, 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 all the way back up. Well, it's just too much work. It's too much work. So I can't permit myself spiritually at this stage of the game to to do that or drop my vibration in any way. Everyone can wow the fuck they want. It's not going to do it to me because it happens all the time. Literally, Lazy says apocalypse literally means the unveiling of the truth. But the truth I'm going to talk to you about tonight, guys, I resonated with the moment it happened. And it was one of those moments where I'm like, okay, this is the most diabolical plot in the history of ever. Okay, because it is. Of what has happened with, we're in a realm where our mental processes are controlled by others, and then we manifest the world that they want instead of the world that we should have, which is our God-given right, excuse the phrase, to have all the abundance and everything and good health and longevity. And at this stage of the game, guys, I'm really thinking our immortality. And I think that is the game. I think we're having our energy sucked away to such an extent, okay, that they rob our immortality. I'm going to talk about all this tonight. It's really deep, okay? Somebody said in the comments it's dark. It's not dark. It's not dark when you see it from... I see things differently. I see differently to most of you. Demonology, technology. If you go like King James, for example, he wrote 2 books. The King James Bible, the one which most people go by now, and demonology, okay? Demonology. The technology, which it is, using the technology that they've been using for quite some time now. Who are they? Well, the religions. All of the religions. At this stage of the game, I wouldn't even give my energy away to meditating. I noticed early on when I was a young man, I was leaving myself wide open on the spiritual realm, and I was just having all sorts of things happening. Okay, and I didn't like it. I knew then there was something else going on. And then now I'm older and I realize all of those, entitled fucks that push it. Okay, and the game, that is like, okay, well, that is, something that maybe we should not give our energy to. We should cut that off and keep the energy, cut it off, and realize that the world is inside. Your universe is there. There's a whole universe you can tap of information. You can just take the information out of what they say is the Akashic record, whatever that is. You can just take that data, that information. Once you become clearer from all of the loops and fears that they got everybody wrapped around the fucking axle with. So I see things differently. Okay, guys, I see things. Yes, Leslie. But brace yourselves anyway, guys, because like I said, it may not be comfortable for some, but it is definitely something that I will talk about. So I see how differently. Now, just imagine this, this idea, okay, of the hell realm, which is purgatory, which is the realm that we are in now, I think. Okay, don't have to agree with that, but I definitely think we're in the hell realm. So imagine there's another frequency, which is like the hell that they tell you, the religion or the church or the Catholics tell you is like. Okay, so it's fiery, it's as hot as hell. Okay, or when hell freezes over, so maybe it's cold. Okay, so imagine, say, Derek the Demon. Okay, he works the day shift in hell. Yeah, long hours, but he loves his job. He goes home to his cutchy little demon wife. Shirley his demon wife. He comes home. Hi, honey. Hard day at the office? No, it was a really good day, love. You do such good work, Derek the Demon. I know. I hurt bad people all day long, and it gives me an amazing sense of well-being. Well, so it should, darling. You're doing really good work, hurting all of those bad people all day long. Sit down. I've made you something nice to eat. See, that puts a bit different spin on it, doesn't it? And you got the radio playing. Everything's happy. Programming. And brainwashing. What I'm going to talk about tonight is 100% a technology. Demonology is a technology. It's an advanced form of mind control, which you could akin to, because it is so weird and spooky. Once you see it, the dead eyes, nobody at home, have you a soul, is because they are involved in a religion. They have been brainwashed, and possessed. And that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to akin it to demonic possession, which has been talked about in humanity since time immemorial. Okay, some sort of program, a smith, if you like, a program in this thing that will attach itself to you if you give it energy. And there's more going on than that, and I'm going to hit you up with it, guys. It's a big one. It's a big one, so brace yourselves. Let me give you a few of your shouts, and then we're going to get tucked into all these juicy pictures. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a visual account, and then I'm going to talk my way through it. So there'll be a lot of images for you to soak in while I talk about what I'm going to talk about. Okay. Joe's in the house. She's hippie shaking. Price is in the house. And 70 is in the house. Leslie's in the house. Okay, we all feeling groovy. We're going to have a little giggle all the way through, actually. And not take life too seriously, because we have to realize that it's a game. It's just a ride. It's just a ride. And that they want you to worry about all these different things, like possessions that possess you, when the reality is there is no lighter. Tricky, I know, but the reality. So, Marticus, hope you spent the day down. No, I couldn't, Bethany, because I had to do flat day work things, which is what happens. It takes all day to get this stuff together, you know, and then all night as well, because I'm thinking about it all night until I get in the morning and then straight into it. So, all of it. Pasture of Castles, fantastic. Good to see you. So, yeah, everyone's feeling groovy. Mrs. Red's feeling groovy. So I like to hear all them fuzzy feelings. Max Maximus, no, I never took your name, Max Maximus. It was my own thoughts that made that. And now I see yours. I think, oh, maybe I got it from there. I don't know. The only demon is me. The only angel is me. And I'm having dialogue upon the mountainside, says Joe. No shit. Okay, so yeah, we're going to talk about demons. We're going to talk about jinn. Okay, because they're an interesting technology. I think they've got like an improbability drive, because they just you get 3 wishes and you choose something out of the field of infinite probabilities. But you have to get it right, otherwise you end up with a nightmare shit show, especially with genies and wishes. That's a tricky one. We're going to talk about all that later. We're going to talk about God technologies or demons technologies. We're going to talk about rubies, not the geological rubies, the other crystal rubies that are in some royal devices. Let's just call them devices and crowns. And we're going to think of them as a form of technology because they are infused with the essence of demon blood. You heard me right. We're going to talk about that later. Demon, my ex-husband, TW, thank them for you to learn. All of them, just thank them and move on. There's only ever the now anyway. Manipulation is quantum lattice. Yes, boy, hold on. And just don't get your knickers in a twist just yet. Jesus Flame. Yeah, so they got an army. They got a heavenly army. Yeah. And then when I've downloaded like 100 images of angels and stuff, they all got swords and they're all like beating people up or killing stuff or killing everybody. And they seem to be having a really pissy attitude, but I know why. And we're all to blame, and I will explain why. I do think that there are other densities to this realm, and I do think, you know, through the whole process of having to go through this schoolroom that we are. Ooh, salmon sushi. Ooh, Army of Me. I love that, Jammy Vicious, and I love that song by Bjork. It was an amazing song. Okay, took it up. Okay, it's 4:20, and it is peace and love is the main ethos of the day. Gilgamesh 2. See, I can't verify any of that, Mr. Roots. It is really lovely to listen to and stuff, but I'm really like skeptical of controller information just lately. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just a new level of truth that I'm going through, or many people are going through. RJD, sorcerers. And we're going to talk about sorcerers because sorcerers are connecting to source, aren't they? This is why it's called sorcery. And summoning. So they summon demons. Well, let's have a look at the word summoning. Summoning, like in a sermon. A sermon is a summon. They're summoning when they're doing sermons. No shit. And then you got the parish, which is the parish, the diocese. The diocese? What? It just goes, especially in the etymology, just gives the whole game away. It all comes undone. It's all wrapped around Phoenician maritime law, as you know, Tony. And hand in hand with what they're doing with their specific type of magic. Once they get you in an Antiquitech device, as I will be explaining, a specific rituals. Some of it is called baptism, some of it is called christening, and a specific invocation of words, spells. The English language is spells. Summon to court, exactly right, Jamie Vicious. You get summoned to court, or you get summonses through the door, don't you? Court summons, exactly, Bob, brother. Good to see you, my friend. So it's all tied into magic, isn't it? What they say with demonology, all of the phrases, even illegality as well. So, you know, they summon you to court. Okay, well, we're going to hold them accountable, all of them. In fact, Flat Earth British, Martin Leaker, in this special post tonight, okay, is holding heaven and hell accountable for extracting all of humanity's energy unwittingly for their own purposes, which is us giving them eternal life, I'm afraid. Well, having us extracted away. Semen. Oh, I didn't think of that, Sylvia. Very good, very good. Indeed, indeed. Okay, let's get stuck in. Have you ever heard of the energy conversion matrix? The energy conversion matrix. Have you heard of it? Okay, well, the Vatican and all of world religions have certainly heard of the energy conversion matrix, and they use it for the lost souls that walk through them doors into that Antiquitech field, not knowing exactly what is going on. Now, remember, the Antiquitech machines, the churches, okay, weren't always in the hands of the church. They were in the hands of Tatarians, and them churches were used for healing and all good things in manifestation. Church, however, have managed to possess billions of people worldwide. How do I know? Oh, because they'll all be screaming and going, wow, 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 later in my comments. First response of a deep mind control program is anger, defense, defend it. Anger is a biggie. And anything else that they, feel at that time, which would be anger mostly. So, yeah. So I was christened at 8-year-old, but I was incredibly naughty at the time, so I don't think it would have worked. I heard Catholic today. Well, we're going to talk about Jesus, because Jesus saves, all right. He saves all of your data and your energy. Okay, that's your salvation right there. His salvation, or their salvation, their eternity, their immortality by taking ours. Would you believe that? No, would you believe that? That we are immortal beings and that we've had our energy siphoned away through mind control programs wrapped up around religion. Would you believe that? 111, tombs and temples, rarely catch alive, grateful for these comfy jaunts, lead us to uncover all aspects of this weird place. You are so fucking hilarious. Well, we'll have a little giggle at possession and different stuff later, because I'm not going to take life too seriously, because I see it for what it is. I see it for a technology that is being used on an unwitting public. You've got to admit, a lot of the people that go to the church is because there's something fucked up looping with them, and they go to the church because I got these thoughts, you see. It's like, oh, come into confession, tell me what you're thinking. It's like, well, we can't really. It's really, really embarrassing. Oh, come on, tell me. And then they tell them they're like probably weird sexual thing going on. It's got a sexual demon attached to them. And all sorts of different types of demons, the greedy demon. And you can literally see these things, these thought forms, these energy beings attaching to people, like in the film Odd Thomas. And I think it is a thing that you can, in fact, shield yourself by not leaking your energy, keeping it for you, and then miracles start to happen. I'm not joking. Miracles will happen in your life the minute you take back all of your energy for you and just you. Okay. Everything else is because what it is, you put it into a context of what they tell you life is. Oh, I need this, I need that, and then shortages or things that I need or family issues. But it doesn't work like that in this framework. What happens is the universe or whatever this thing is just pans everything out so everything works. And it's like, how the fucking hell did that come together? You don't think about how that come together. You realize that it is the sim or whatever this thing is working it all out for you because you're on the right road and not on the wrong road. Because giving your energy away and all of your energy to the biggest siphon filter in the whole of reality, religion. I ain't doing it. I would, you know how they do it? I'll explain it all. The Lord's Prayer is a good little enchantment as well. When you break it down etymologically and for neuro-linguistic programming, that one goes in deep as fuck. That one does. But they got other incantations. Even in Indian, I've noticed, you know, I thought, what about the Bhagavad Gita? And all of religions are exactly the same. They're using this exact same technology. Okay. I have opened my heart to Jesus. I've opened my heart to Krishna. Oh shit, you just opened your portal and they're going to literally take your immortality away. Suck all of your energy and save it. That's where you're being saved, in data banks. Jesus saves you. Each to their own, but that's what I think. And I'm going to show you evidence to support it right the way through this blog, starting with about 600 images. So brace yourselves, sit comfy, allow Marticus Farticus to do the entertainment. And we're going to take life not too seriously because, as I said, these are just programs. Once you understand it, all of that will no longer exist in your framework. But I like to talk about the things that I have discovered and researched that I know to be true. Which is, okay, well, they're doing lesser magic than what you would imagine a demon to be able to do. But if you see this witch's circle, because, you know, literally, apparently you can beat up a demon with what, like a jug of sacks of salt. All you got to do is do a salt circle and they can't get near you. They're just like, it's like, yeah, fuck you demon. See what I'm saying? Or just a cross out of popsicle sticks. And in fact, they're like, wee. No. But there are encounters of this. Some years ago, when I was a young person, I remember somebody who was connected to my family stumbled upon one of these weird people dressed in cloak, witches affairs, maybe a mile from where I'm sitting now, up on Tumble Hill. And long story behind that, but definitely witches going on, especially in Wales. But you notice what they're doing is they're dancing in a circle, much like they do, or going around in a circle, much like they do around the Kaaba in Arabia, in Mecca, for example, or the circle that they do with the circle dance, the same sort of thing. Fairy circles, you know about fairy circles? Okay, they create a portal. Notice the musicians, the demon musicians, the pipes, like the organs that you get in Antiquitech device. Let's move on. Okay, the jinn, the old hags. We know about the old hag. Have you heard about that? It's supposed to sit on your chest not long before you actually snuff it in this place. That's going to be interesting, especially with the new paradigms that are being rolled out. I mean, the time of death is going to be really interesting with what information is coming out. Because I tell you what, it's turning all of reality on its head, guys, because what they've been telling us is the opposite. Literally, this is a mirrorverse. So this is a cute little engraving. I think it's a Dura, and it's showing what they would tell you a demon to be. So going on, Derek the Demon doing his day shift. Well, let's have a think about heaven. You know, what I think about heaven is I think that it would be woke flags everywhere. A gay St. Peter meeting you at the gate. Oh, hiya, Matt. So, oh, St. Peter. Everything okay? It's great to see you. So, oh, yeah. So, I better get in. Westlife are on at 5, and then it's the Backstreet Boys. I said that like Mick Jagger then. Then it's the Backstreet Boys. Mick Jagger. I'll try that again later. But he's forcing, so is the nature of demon torture on the day shift. But listen, they're only hurting bad people in hell. Think about that. That's actually good. So hang on a minute. They're hurting bad people in hell. Oh, okay. So he's forcing some sort of like pipe. I know it looks like a serpent, but it also looks very much like a pipe. It's on his Gregory Peck. Okay, let's have a little think. No, Karl Marx. No. You're gonna find this is not a very communist channel, is what you're gonna find, or an anything channel. It's like everything that I'm doing is a completely new way of thinking that nobody else thought before. It's a completely new ethos. It's completely new frameworks for your imagination, which hardly anyone on earth is doing at the moment. So there's that. Anyway, so I myself am not giving my energy and I'm concentrating on my inner world is what I'm doing. I'm not concentrating, I'm not praying to heaven, because when you pray to heaven, what you do is you are giving them immortality. Them, the hosts of heaven, the ones in the heavenly realm, them, yeah, you're giving them immortality with your energy and siphoning off your immortality. Sounds like a great deal. Sounds like the biggest blag in the history. So I'll show you some evidence. You can see later on that, you know, angels really do seem to have a really bad attitude. Yeah, everyone says, well, you've got a guardian angel. Okay, well, the voices that I heard in the past, not in a schizophrenic sense, but from another worldly sense, happened twice, maybe 3 times, were of female origin. They were like female, they were woman's voice. But somebody put it forward, well, that is just you. That's just another aspect that you would have found comforting, your own AI programming, and somebody comforting that you would have responded to, which was a beautiful woman's voice, which I did, which snapped me out of a trance that 1 second later was going to kill me stone dead. So that's how the Luther's devil, Martin Luther, I guess, is seen by Catholics. So again, with the bagpipes, but it's a very strange version of reality. I definitely think it's akin to taking a lot of hallucinogenics, is what I see with these. So anyway, so praise. So if you give your energy to heaven, you're giving them immortality, okay? And what you are doing is you are powering their machine. And it's a diabolical plot, and it's been going on for quite some time, and we've been keeping it going since post-reset, before Antiquitech fell. Okay, and if you look at look at that, it says Levi and Del. But the Baphomet figure, which is neither male nor female, you see the caduceus of Hermes in this sort of, which is the suggestion of Kundalini, isn't it? And the wings. So what of the wings? All angels and demons alike have wings. The idol of the devil. The brainwashing by the church, the religion, that we should be ultimately going to them to save us from these terrible things that are happening in my mind. And what happens then is this. This is tricky. They do it with ritual. They do it with font water, the specifically programmed holy water, you could call it, which has had specific spells spoken over the water. So they prey on us. I think they steal our immortality, which means that you could be praying yourself to death if you are praying early. Yeah, that's curious. You see a lot of the archetypes for this same entity, if you like, in all of antiquity. George is doing it, but he's not the only one. You see Krishna doing it and other deities doing it. Doing it. So this is a vision of hell. It's a place that has architecture, and apparently it's fiery and it's hot. Well, maybe it's not fiery and it's hot. Hot is that what? Like Mexico in summer. So we've got like blue seas and palm trees there. Yeah, because it is what you think it is. So if you're in hell realm now, for some people, like people living on Skid Row, or people addicted to drugs, people in abusive relationships, people's minds completely fucked up by toxicity from others, people suffering, narcissists, people just generally suffering from the torture of this place, and they cannot seem to clear themselves of these loops. Is what's going on. That's the hell realm. That's what a lot of people in this place go. That can be cured in an instant. In an instant, that can be taken away. And then 3.0, heaven realm. In this place, there are beautiful places. Would you agree that, say, Bali is not beautiful? Or places in the Mediterranean, Alex? Would you not say, yeah, wow, almost Hindu goddess of death looking? This deal been going on, the Hegelian dialectic of heaven and hell, been going on in religion, you know, the two sides, okay, since it began. This scam has begun. Look at some of these old engravings. Filled you full of fear when you were young of witches and demons, and they pushed it with Dennis Wheatley films and Hammer horrors. Virgin Witch, we all remember that, don't we? Well, I do. And all of them Hammer horrors from the 70s, which showed you that all of this shit was going down. But in your real life, do you ever see it? No. You see glue sniffing bikers pretending to do devil worshipping, but it's not exactly the same, is it? So there's that. Back in the day, I mean. So look at this, the apocalypse. Somebody just mentioned the unveiling, which is happening in real time, and I think it's us that's doing it. And I think it's just, we are the apocalypse, we are the unveiling, the truth of community. I don't imagine any other, because everyone else is doing their, you know, what is about to happen in a week's time in Britain, for example. It's them. It's all them. All sanctioned bullshit to keep everybody in a lower state of vibration. And they'll stay in that place until they realize that it's not about them. They're just passing through. Let it be. You do you. It's not selfish either. Oh, it's got a snake for a thing. It's got a snake for a thing, which is not a real reality, is it really? A snake for a thing, unless you're Justin Timberlake. Or Justin Trouser Snake. Have you noticed some of these old engravings of demons? This one, I don't really want to like say its name, this demon, in case I accidentally buff it one up and give it physicality, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Looks exactly like Prince Charles. I've seen it in a lot of 17th century engravings, and it's a ringer for Prince Charles. So, demon thought forms in monarchy with wings. Okay, let's move on. So this is a chi leak cheat. Like chi sounds like cheating. They're cheating us out of our chi energy, guys. Isn't it? This is what they're doing. And a lot of our praying, if not all, is summoning demons. So they're possessing billions of people using ancient technologies practiced by Solomon, as you know, with Solomon's sigils. And it's all put into the narratives and the wording and everything else under the surface of religion, all of it. So this is an interesting little Christian sort of, looks quite Coptic, wall painting, interesting Antiquitech. But what Black Jesus, in fact, everybody seems black in this picture. And Black Jesus has got this really, really massive didgeridoo, or it's a bong. I'm not made up, really. No, it's a trumpet, isn't it? It's a trumpet, and the celestial trumpets, the trumpets of the tribulation. Have you noticed how this guy, Superman in the red cape, is passing down a red book? It's always the red book, like Karl Marx's red book. It's always a red book. But not all demons got it good. This one, he was quite happy with the breasts he was given. Stays home all day and plays with them. This is out of the Book of Miracles. Cupid, as well, is like not exactly what you think is a child or a baby. They are small adult midgets, if you like, full of muscles and quite evil, as I find all, if not all, angels to be. Angels are like electrical archangels, electrical forces. In fact, it's all about electric. So we're going to talk about the Antiquitech connection, which I hadn't thought about. Once the penny dropped, I was like, oh, fucking shit, yes, definitely they're doing that. Look at all these demons' names. Ammon. It's like that guy on YouTube. Beelzebub. Beelzebub. Do the bop, bop, bop. Pride, lust, greed, envy. Mammon, don't know that one, and sloth. I think I'll just lay here forever. Watch telly. I don't think that's what sloth means. So here they are, the guys working together. One with the Zeus's fasces, lightning bolts, and the other with a massive army that's going to kill everybody if we find out the gig that we're keeping them all going. Because without our prayers, they don't exist. So it's the nature of this reality. Let's Summon Demons Together is a child's book that you could have bought when you were younger. So you could play that game for all the family, just light some candles and worship summon some demons. Women demons. Imagine how sexy a woman demon would be. No, not for me. No, for somebody else. I mean, imagine how sexy a sexy demon would be. Imagine how dirty they'd be. I mean, clothing wise, obviously, or the state of their car. Really dirty car, obviously. Okay, back to the narrative. So Antiquitech connection. Okay, so Antiquitech fields cause through, you know, the resonance of these buildings, they're living buildings, and the organs and all of the, you know, the frequency of the building gives demons physicality. It didn't before the church took them over, but after they worked out that it gave them physicality. And this is how they are able to possess or heavily brainwash billions of people into, you know, believing in invisible stuff that they tell them is there. And if anything paranormal should happen, oh, well, that was God or an angel. It wasn't you at all, because you haven't got any superpowers yourself, you see. All right. Okay. Anyway. So Antiquitech. Okay, so yeah, the energy is siphoned off and it gives them eternal life, as I mentioned. And Antiquitech fields gives demons physicality by the resonance of the building and the biggie, electricity. Deus, electricity. God, electricity, the information, data, the everything, the thing that I've been super duper more interested in than any other aspect of reality since I've been here, because I was born in a thunderstorm, and it was the first thing that I ever heard, and it was the first thing that I ever seen, probably, if I was born, was a thunderclap. and a lightning. So I've been super duper interested in electrical forces. Now remember Frankenstein, okay? You know how he was brought to life? Okay, just have a look at something here. Ah, such sweet children. Yeah, don't worry about it. There's no such thing as death. And you notice as well, they like to, you know, show demons like tampering with your bottom, so like lead or something, or feeding you coins or something that you wanted. And they're incredibly ugly, and they always look like that. Salvador Munday, the original painting, is the most expensive painting in reality. And what I want to draw your attention to, this is obviously being perverted with horns, is these rubies where the breastplate is, and it looks like a little dress with the X code and a ruby, which we're going to talk about rubies later, guys, as a clue, and the X code, which we've already decoded, I think, sufficiently, in the most expensive painting in reality, Salvador Munday, which is, so how does that work in the quantum field for you to stick, oh, beautiful silks, should I have more silk clothing? I've got hardly any. To stick needles, or in this case a hat pin, into an effigy of a human being and affect them in a physical sense, or cause them pain. So how would that work? How does voodoo work? It is exactly the same technology, the demon technology that I'm explaining to you. It's about energy grabbing, energy siphon filtering. Once they got your energy, it's going to be pretty hard to let go. It is possible to let go. But once they got that energy, where your attention goes, your energy flows. And where your awareness is, I notice a lot of people's conversations just who repeat stuff about YouTube to me. So it's not, that's not real life. That's not real life. People just don't know how to just talk anymore. So they're using lightning, and they're using the etheric forces that are created by the living devices that are Antiquitech machines. And they've been possessing people. I think possession is real, but it's a form of deep state mind control that has been carried out by centuries-old technology of programming your mind through certain words, certain rituals that would anchor a new framework to your energy system. Technology is modern magic, electrical conjuring, demon summoning sigils, quantum computers, AI, many suspect. Somebody was in my comments earlier groaning about AI possibly being a demon. Tell you what AI is. AI is man-made, like it's all man-made. Only men and only women, guys. Instead of giving our energy away to clever fuckers, really, who worked out these little scams and grabbing us away on these third-party bullshit entities, government, car owners clubs. Yeah, it doesn't even matter which cult it is. It is all fucking mind control. Take your energy back and see what miracles. How can you have a faith based on a torture victim? A negative entity right there at the very beginning. How? If it make you unhappy, make you want to cry? Well, that's not happy, is it? That's not a fucking joyous thing and not joyous religion, is it? So I think the heaven doesn't, even when you like, you know, I've been in some really, really bad situations once or twice that I would have sworn that an angel or God had stepped in to save me. In hindsight now, I think it was my intellect and my quick thinking that actually saved me, because it was in them circumstances. And I gave it away. I was like, fuck, that wasn't me. You did that. Thanks. You see what I did there? The lessening of me. And what did they give you back? What would they give you? Well, I noticed the people in the Catholic Church near me, everyone's got a Beamer, like a nice big Mercedes Benz. Because in the club, once you're in the club, wink, wink, all of the work's coming your way, sonny. because it's like the Freemasons, the religion. They look after themselves. The work for the boys goes your way, the contracts goes their way. They're all looking out for one another, and it's all about money. And they are doing really, really well. Thank you very much. Chaining humanity, you can see here, chaining humanity to enslave them, really. And we do it to ourselves. We listen into negative thought forms, the demons, if you like, that try to attach themselves to us, and they help it along. Just like these. This is exactly what I'm talking about. These things here, I think, are real. And they're part of the program. And everybody has been appointed them, I think. And it's for you to be able to take it away. Now, let's think about exorcism. Let's think about possession. Okay, possession. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Have you ever seen anybody so psycho and so nuts that you would swear that they were possessed? No, I have. I've seen real nutters that you would swear were possessed. In fact, there are periods in my life, guys, when I was dependent or playing chaos energy and not channeling it in a way that I understood, and then it became dark energy. And at that time, I was a knob, and I wasn't that bad, but the chaos energy and the chaos field that followed was pretty bad. And then I realized, the power or the strength in my spirit that I had, and that I'd been given away far too freely over the years. Instead of keeping it for me so I could do better works, do more good, better decodes, better thinking, deeper, getting somewhere with this whole story, our story. Abracadabra is from the Aramaic phrase avracadabra, which means literally, I will create as I speak. So they are doing that. So when they possess somebody, so the feeling that the person get, they'll say, well, I'm like born again. I feel completely different. It's like, yeah, because they've been completely fucking mind controlled and brainwashed. They feel completely different. And if you should say anything against it, they go fucking nutty because they've seen it. Can't even say anything against it. So they do this to billions, but don't worry, because they have the cure as well. They have the cause, the effect, and the cure. The perfect Hegelian dialectic through possession, which they create. And then they cure. Send along Malachi Martin. Satan admitted he hasn't really inspired a great album since the 1980s. I'd say there was a few good ones in the 90s, maybe OK Computer, Radiohead, but we're not going to go into that right now. So, saints, this is something we're going to talk about, is essence of saints have been saved by humanity. Why? Essence of demons are surely kept by humanity and used in religion as well. We're going to look into them. The clues, I think, that under churches, catacombs are definitely something to do with it. The need to keep endless skeletons underneath their churches is a bit weird as well, isn't it? So, yeah, what you got then is the perfect Hegelian dialectic of possession and then cure and the perfect predator-prey scenario. This is what they like to show demons doing. This is what they do. This is what Derek the Demon does all day in work, is flamethrowers your bum shut. This Lucifer, he's been handcuffed to a love heart. It's like, I hate love. Love's horrible. Get it off me. Except when I'm at home with Mrs. Devil. So Lucifer, this is the score, right? So all of hell, okay? So before the fallen ones, there probably wasn't a hell, was there? So what happened? How bad was heaven? Yeah, who was on stage so much that Lucifer and the gang had to rebel from heaven and bounce, because the boss is a bit of a psycho. They set up a new dominion, which is regarded as hell, and the bad press that hell has all comes from the Catholic Church. Hell ain't a bad place to be. Bow, bow, bow. It's all ass backwards, guys. Look at him running off with the church that is run by them. And what they're doing is advanced mind control. People will get angry just because I've said it, which is a symptom of MK Ultra, believe it or not. It's not only religion, but this is one we're going to talk about. This is a painting of apparently the fallen angel. That was Lucifer, that set up the state of hell, which is probably here in this realm. Purgatory, where we have to learn, and it'll keep going on as well until we have learned that it's not all about us. Okay. Let's have a think about exorcism. It's interesting, isn't it? You ever seen anyone really nuts and looks like Linda Blair? Puking mushy peas, eyes are all bags and red and blurry and stuff. I have. I've seen somebody that looked like a zombie, yeah, but they were a bit messed up, tripping, and a snotty mess. So it could have been that. I think it was actually tripping. Your mother sucks jelly babies in hell. Or your mother cooks socks in hell. The dyslexicist, which is where I am at. Oh, come on. Your mother sucks jelly babies in hell. So, yeah, when this came out, right, this put a lot of fear through a lot of people. Hellraiser, pretty bad as well, but not so much The Evil Dead. Ashley, 10 o'clock. Was fucking scary when you're a 13, 14-year-old watching it, even though it was comedy. So, yeah, strange story. She went a bit nutty. They all do, don't they? I mean, she went a bit nutty, apparently ended up in the loony bin, but doing this as a, you know, where you go into day school, now I'm going to the studio to pretend to be possessed by the devil, puke mushy peas, and my head's going to spin around. Don't worry, they're going to be feeding me through a straw. Jesus. I'm not going to do that one because basically it's YouTube, isn't it? She doesn't look all that bad. Oh, that one was a bit nuts. So, yeah, I haven't seen this. I did have something tugging on my bedclothes when I was a kid. I think it was under the bed, but I think that was a goblin. It was a goblin under my bed, pulling on my bedclothes. So that was paranormal experience, but that was probably me and my head. Poltergeists. Well, Michael Talbot suffered poltergeists, the author of Holographic Universe book, who died in 1992, proposed that he was haunted by a poltergeist right the way through his childhood. Stuff like things falling out of the ceiling into his lap. Not so much floating around. The power of Christ compels you. So you can cure it as well as make it happen. Super duper smashing great. Look what you would have won. Oh, this is brilliant. See, if that happened in front of me, I would be laughing so hard that I would actually pee myself. So, yeah, get behind me, Satan. Ooh, not too close. Not too close. Oh, shit. That's not a good advice. Don't say that. That sounds gay. So, yeah, if you wipe across, it burns, and then this happens. The advanced mushy peas. Have you ever projectile vomited? Like that Scotsman I talked about a couple of weeks ago, who basically puked up. I've puked up a baby. Oh, no, I've puked on a baby. That's quite different, isn't it? So, as you can see, you don't see this stuff happening every day. So back to Michael Talbot anyway. So he goes to college when he's a teenager, and poltergeist activities followed him to his fucking university. So he's like, it's me. I'm doing it. It's not no exterior entity. It's all my mind. My mind is that powerful. And on that revelation, it disappeared and it never came back because it was him. And that proved it. That it was him that was creating these paranormal experiences. The mind is that powerful. See, the crab, mind you, some kids are spooky. If your kid came running across the floor like that with the crab, some kids definitely possessed. I don't actually like them. They're creepy. And they're like really unpleasant as well, aren't they? Not all of them. Some of them are lovely, but most of them are like possessed. I remember how cruel children were when I was a kid. They were all really cruel. I was never like that. I'm not going to say, they were cruel to me, but they were. And to others. Your mother sucks jelly babies. I could do it through harmonica. YouTube wouldn't say anything like that. I wouldn't be able to do anything. Let's do it through harmonica. Harmonica language. Okay, you ready? Okay, let's move on. What is he doing? Don't even worry about it. So, yeah, without like casting aspersions about the Pope's last words were, oh boy. Maybe. I don't even know what the new Pope is now or whatever, because I'm not really in it. I don't actually know anything about the world because I don't watch the news or anything. But I dig they got a new Pope. Was he in the Hitler Youth? Is he a clickety-clacker? I don't even know because I don't even care. Look at this. He's got literally the devil on his golden throne. They need a few quid though. Keep sending them money though. Keep giving me your energy. Under the Vatican, they have catacombs full of endless skeletons of dead people for some reason. And they like technology because they are definitely in the game. Monarchy. Unfortunately, apparently, Prince Charles has converted to Islam and there is no longer the C of E, the Church of England, which I'm apparently a member of, the Church of England. Now it is the Church of Alan's Snack Bar. Apparently, so I'm not complaining. So yeah, there's the Pope. Imagine when you get old, even when you work for the devil, I mean God, at the highest level, you still end up a fat blob shitting yourself. So it makes no odds. Look at him. I fucking hate you humans. I can't wait for you all to die. Is what he's probably thinking. Hi boss, how's work going? Smashing. Your contract's up. You can go to Club Tropicana now. Oh, brilliant. Who's playing? David Bowie. David Bowie is on with Keith Richards on drums because this is how it goes down in hell. Have you got hell blunts? Hell blunts. Listen, heaven can't do weed. This is how I know, right? So if you go to heaven, right? Gace and Peter. Okay. Hi, Matt. So hi, Peter. So where can I get some decent ganja from, bro? So ganja, Matt. What's that? Herbage. Oh, I think you're in the wrong place for that. We got some nicotine gum if you want some of that. Nicotine gum, no ganja. This sounds like actual hell, Peter. I think you better go to the other place. They got hell blunts there. It's like, fuck yeah, I'm going down. As soon as you walk through the doors, you can hear good music. They don't have good music in heaven. What? Fucking Elton John. No, Elton John is good. Forgive me for that. Yellow Brick Road's one of the greatest albums ever. So here is what looks like an Orthodox kissing him on the head. Don't worry about who's in charge, really. It doesn't matter. They're all in the same club. It's a big club. You ain't in it. Okay, it's the old one-eye club. And you don't want to be in it either, okay? Because eventually it will mean that you will have your bottom tampered with somewhere along the line. Maybe that's not true, but I reckon that's where it's all going if you end up in the Illuminati. Anyway, so yeah, there's Hitler. There's Hitler doing deals with the old Pope Pius the Bollocks. Okay, that's what they do. So yeah, Antiquitech devices they took, and this technology, I've been reading up on it quite a bit actually. Pineal gland, they know all about the pineal gland, and it's real. And it's a science of, like we usually talk about, frequency and vibration. It's a resonation science used by Solomon sigils release a charge. They're basically electrical sigils in the simulation, and they attach like a program. That's what it is. Demons are programs, like Smith programs, to the individual to torture them so that they fail at the quest, which they're supposed to be doing when they're here. Do you get it? Isn't that a fucking a crazy game? There's Adolf Hitler there. yeah, in a big crowd. Apparently Munich, they say he is, before he was famous. Yeah, he gave out autographs and everything. It was like he's like one of the Beatles. They all went crazy. It's like Sigil, and he's like hair flicked his hair and everything. Yeah, loads of babes. If you're going to be a world leader, guys, you need a clean environment, law and order, and nice women is what you need. Okay, don't want to be like it is now. Not. We bulls wobble, but they don't fall down. So yeah, King Solomon, he was alive for this photograph, as you can see. Very much up and running and alive in recent times. You can see his crazy crown full of jewels. We'll talk about them later. Nice bit of ermine, silk. So he was a magician, wasn't he? Solomon the Wise. I could show you Solomon's sigils, but the thing is I shouldn't do that really, because if you stare at them for too long, they take effect. So this is a nun, an Armenian nun. She looks scared. She looks really, really scared and heavily mind controlled. I bet you some people later are going to be annoyed, but it doesn't matter, because I'd like the biggest Christian network in America saying unfavorable things about me, when it's weird, because I'm the most loving spiritual being that you'll meet. So that's just because that's them, isn't it? Maharishi, hello, come here. Let Maharishi guide you. Okay, now what we do is we all take off our clothes. That's right, we all take off our clothes. Yes, now let's start touching one another. That's right, Mia, come over by me. So yeah, that all went to shit, didn't it? Fucking Maharishi with his touchy cult. So yeah, we're going to talk about these as well. Yeah, this is opening the doors of Parliament with Black Rod. Black Rod. That's like a porn film name, isn't it? Black Rod. And yeah, so he taps her on the door. Look at him. He's like, So it's like he's like, hello, children. I'm going to eat you later. Okay. So they all wear wigs and these strange costumes, don't they? And I notice with religion as well, they wear a lot of dresses. There's a lot of dresses going on with the old. That's why I know it's all going south if you're in the cult. That's what's happening. But it doesn't matter, because whatever happens during the week, you can redeem yourself on the weekend, or will be forgiven, which is really good. And then you get on with giving the shit energy and your money. We'll save it for later. What's anything interesting in that book? Gosh, imagine the real information they hide from us. Look at the Dalai Lama. I was on the hangout with that Samuel Sun guy. That was agony for me, but it was a nice enough chap, so I went through it for that reason only. But yeah, so yeah, the Dalai Lama likes to suck tongue. He's a tongue sucker, isn't he? So yeah, years ago I read The Universe and the Single Atom. Thought he actually knew something about quantum mechanics. This spiritual process, what I've been going through, and this theology I'm talking about to you now, is the connection between science and spirituality before quantum mechanics, because it is, because demonology is a technological machine, as I would explain, or have explained, and I will explain more, because I'm going to talk about this a lot more during the week, or as the story progresses. So let's have a look at pissed off angels. So yeah, we're giving them immortality with our prayers, and then if you don't, they get a bit pissed. So what will they do eventually? Oh well, we'll have a look at their record throughout time, shall we? See what happens. They have weapons, they have swords, but we're going to talk about these swords. We're going to talk about now. You ready? I saw the Dalai Lama salad. Did he? Did you give him a kiss? Was there any tongues? So angel technology and demon technology. We're going to talk about rubies. We're going to talk about crowns, jewels, and in this instance, we're going to talk about swords like Excalibur, like samurai swords, because they've been treated with blood. And the most famous bloody sword of them all, who Hitler really, really, really wanted, the Spear of Destiny, who was apparently the spear that stabbed Jesus in the side during the crucifixion. How to heal the sick, cast out devils, and still go to hell. Well, you can't go to hell if you're already there. And you see what happened to the devil. He got in a homosexual relationship with Saddam Hussein, who was an abusive. It was a toxic relationship. You could see how that went down. Self-Pac's not real life, is it? See how I turned that into real life? Yeah, so don't say these out loud. So these are the gotic circle of black evocations and pacts. These are the sort of things they use in Solomon sigils to summon demons and then possess people. In fact, billions of them worldwide. How do I know? Because if I say that they're brainwashed and they're into mind control, they're going to get ratty and annoyed with me. No, I'm not. Fuck you. And then they're going to say something like blasphemer. I'm not. I'm a blasphemer. I'm on a mission. On a sacred mission. A divine mission. So there's that. So no. So yeah. Heavenly armies. I know they got wings, but they got armor. They got a lot of weaponry. We'll look into some of this weaponry later. And do you know what happens? They just kill everybody. This is the devil tempting Jesus in the narrative. Jesus, look, I can see Earth's curvature. Dude, Jesus is saying, no, you can't. Look how flat it is. And then the devil's like, it's flat, Jay. It's really, really flat. That's what really happened. So how can you stand on the top of the mountain and see all of the world anyway, if it's a globe? That wouldn't be possible. Even like Martin Luther King said, I stood on top of the mountain and I seen the whole of the world. I was like, yeah, Mount Zion or Mount Meru. So yeah, you're going to see, this is the narrative that they've spun for us, okay, guys, where this is what you're going to end up when you give this thing here all of your energy. And it's not just religion. The nationalism does the same. Like you can see your French Revolution, a chicken being cooked with a fasces in its hand. And two little brown torturing angels, because everyone gives the demons bad press that they're torturing everyone, but they're only torturing bad people, aren't they? They're not torturing good people. And what's happening here is that the angels, well, they're just hurting everybody. They're indiscriminate. So from this deduction, can I presume that they're not very nice, that they might be bad? Let's have a look. Okay, St. Michael, Gabriel annunciated Mary. Yeah, we know what happened with all of that. Look at this, all the world under a sort of under the ground, all in like water. And there's an angel, there's something to do with that as well. And holding up that book again. It's a nice jewel book with a ruby and another ruby and another ruby. We'll look into them rubies. I found out something about them as well. Crystal stones. Unbelievable. You can make them in the lab as well. In the modern day. This resetting ball with blood squirting out of it with the serpent. We're going to see a lot of this, what we call the holy hand grenade, that is on Queen's orbs and everywhere else. So yeah, here is a version of the devil with a really bad lower teeth problem. Maybe you should go to Turkey and get some turkey teeth like everybody else. That's another thing, see, is they really bad press him, seems ugly. Like it's if you had like supernatural powers and you was God's bestie, like God's favorite, then you'd be able to have some decent clothes and probably be a hot female. Let's be honest. What would be the point otherwise? Men are horrible, aren't they? So hot females is what you want for your demons in leather. So yeah, this one looks innocent enough, except for the spear going through another brown person. I wonder if they're just, being a bit twatty towards brown people. Because I notice all the, the heavenly hosts are like proper blondes and ginger and white all. And then they're fucking up there's a demon, he's a brown person. Let's get them. This is in the ancient Cosmographia. And as you can see, this angel's got a sword, and he's going to kill this innocent man who's got a club, but he's on a donkey. So you can see that this guy doesn't stand a chance, does he, really? The angel's like, well, fuck you. There's a lot of fuck you going on with this, isn't there, guys? Have you noticed that? So, yeah, I think my praying days, I haven't prayed for donkey's years either, because I remember at the time I thought, that was me. But you do detract your mind and like put it to another place, don't you? Wouldn't it be fantastic, ideal for another worldly being with a big beard sitting on a throne, giving out orders, and if he's not happy about things, killing every single fucking last one of us? Brilliant. And that's even in the official narrative. How do I know? Noah's flood. And if he's not happy with certain cities like Sodom and Gomorrah, apparently they were doing like, again, bum stuff. And then got like literally, apparently causing the narrative, because the Bible's like really got a thing about all that sex stuff. That's all they keep going on about all the time. They liquidate Sodom and Gomorrah, but Lot, she got turned into a pillar of salt. So what happened, okay, with Jobage is he saved an angel from apparently getting raped. Angels get raped, apparently. That's weird, because I thought they had smooth bits. So I'm following a TV series. Yes, I am. Son downloaded it for me and watching it, called Sirens, which is brilliant. It's brilliant. I love it. It's about mermaids, guys. And they are real. Very real. There's millions of them down there. There's another race of people living in the sea, Phoenicians. They don't come up very often. You get a lot of mermaid sightings off of South Wales. Have a look on Google. There's literally thousands of hits. Fishermen seeing mermaids. I've seen a mermaid. More than I don't know. But that might have been Lilith. I think that might have been Lilith. Makes perfect sense, actually. So what was that apple that that Eve was eating? What do you think? So, yeah, the narrative of give us your children. Well, yeah, in a way that's true. Okay. But energy. Okay. Because they christen you when you're not old enough to actually, what I was. And I was naughty, so it doesn't matter. But if you're young and innocent and you just, come into this world with full abundance and then like dominate fucking departure in you down the Swanee without a paddle for the rest of your existence and robbing you of your immortal life, stealing your soul, would you do that? Because I think that is exactly what's happening. So again, an angel with a trumpet and civilization sinking into the water, what looks like, and people dying. So all of Armageddon or suffering in this place, according to the art record, shows that angels are to do with it. This is to do with the Justinian plague, believe it or not, which was also attributed to pissy angels, pissed off angels with a wrath, apparently, like to kill. So yeah, a lot of deities. Now in Chinese, they've got they got the ghosts, haven't they? And they got the ghosts as well, and the demons like Shiva, the destroyer, if you like, as a demon. In Indian faith as well. Again, fear, attachment. Again, thinking about it, fearing it. How many times have you heard that saying? Oh, I'm a God-fearing man. Fear equals queer. Okay, that's what it means. Because fear is where they want everyone. Yeah, you don't fear what? Fear that if you don't do as you're told, that he's going to destroy the whole world. Well, I'm sorry, but I got a strict guideline of code and morals that I live by, and that is what I'm doing. I don't need your rules. Okay, I know what's good and bad in this place, and I know that good will prevail and love will always win. I know that. So fuck them. The vicious racket with its arms around your children. Throw that one in. So with adverts and marketing, throw in children and fluffy animals. Sale. Marijuana. The smoke of hell. The devil's harvest. You ever seen what is that 1950s Reefer Madness? Have you ever seen that? He smoked a spliff. He went off and he went to orgies and raped loads of women and did loads of criminal activities because he had smoked marijuana. And now, get it off the doctors. So after fucking. So yeah, these demons, they're battering shit with baseball bats to this this shiny head fucker, but like he looks like Gandalf the Great. In with the serpent, you know where that goes. Daniel Gregory Peck. This one he's getting tormented as well. So why is the monk being tormented by demons? Well, he's got his mind in the sewer. He keeps thinking about shit all the time. And I hear people like in conversations, because I'm in the Truther community, instantly they were like the deepest negative thought and they spill it out to me. I brought it to some people's attention, has spoken to me recently and said, do you see what you just did? You just dug up the worst aspects of the whole of humanity and you actually told me about it. It's like, I'm not like selfish and unfeeling, no bad things happening in the realm, but like, I don't like hash my mellow, not. Okay, because I'm not having anyone dead dog me anymore. I've noticed this. I get a lot of people trying to dead dog me. So dead dog me is give me their fucking sob story. I never, ever give anyone a sob story. So what would be the point? So yeah, John Dee and Francis Bacon and other magicians of the time can summon up demons and rise people from the grave, apparently. Interesting that they do these sigils in a salt circle and they can manifest demons, give it physicality. What for? Well, if it's a female demon for physicality, I'm just saying. So this is the Solomon of Sigil of Lucifer, appears as a chalice, which represents creation, fertile darkness, awaiting and ready for untold possibilities. The purpose of it is that that of an instrument of visual invocation during ritual, which is basically what they're all doing with this brainwashing magic that they're doing on the mind control or the possession of billions of people through religion. Don't you find that mind-blowing, guys? Anyway, invoke and bestow the power and presence of that. Another thought form, another entity, which is a third party. You don't need a third party. Okay, channel all of that energy back into yourself, block the leaks, okay, and keep all of that power in, and then see what you can do. Just try it for once in your life, guys. I'm just 58 years of age next month, right? And I've just got to this stage. I'm quite spiritually advanced compared to a lot of people, but my son Lawrence, he's far more spiritually advanced than me. He's much, as they call it, an older soul. But he is. I've got, you know, I can see that he's very spiritually evolved. But I'm getting there to a level that is exciting. And I can see the possibilities, the positive possibilities. And I can see where my energies have been going. So when I was younger, I was into Krishna consciousness. I spent endless hours just meditating. And at the time, I could feel there was entities or something coming into my consciousness, the weirdest, tripped out shit thoughts that you can imagine. Like, is that me? Where the fuck did that come from? That's another thing that's happened with me, guys. And I love to share this stuff. Is that, you know, when you're walking down the road years ago, you could have just an image of something, I don't know, just stupid, sexual, doesn't even matter, just slam into your mind and you're like, fuck, what, where did that come from? You ever have that? Or just something stupid, really, or something from years ago, or an old dream, or an instance from school, or anything, just slams into your mind. I've noticed now that never, ever happens to me. I'm just in the now. I'm processing the information of now and doing what I need to do and not wasting any more time, because I haven't got the time to waste anymore because I'm getting older. So there's that. So more demons battering shit out of the clergy. He's not doing anything, but he's probably fucking tipped him off as to where to get him. Don't get me. He hasn't got a shiny thing on his head though, is he? So yeah, we're going to look at technology. We're going to look at technologies that they use with saint stuff. So let's imagine saints as well. Let's talk about them. So I started to be free when I discovered that the cage was made of thoughts, and that is the truest thing. We imprison our minds. True freedom is to be without fear. That is true freedom, freedom of mind. Okay, and knowing this, that the rules that they tell you is the set for this place, they're not the real rules. The chi law, the laws that preserve your essence. Okay, them laws, are coded into you, and they try to take you away from that free will and abundance and sovereignty that you should stand in, that everyone should be in, but giving it away. No more. This is what they do. Suck the living daylights out of humanity. Again, another angel, Michael, giving it to an old bloke this time. So they don't mind who they batter. And they need a fiery sword. Old ladies, children, old men, fucking give it to them. Anyway. So the placebo effect is scientific proof that we have the ability to heal ourselves. Our thoughts are powerful enough to bring things into existence. That is the truth, guys. The placebo effect is the proof. That is our mind that's doing it. And that is including healing ourselves. So this woman, she literally took her last breath. Some sort of process maybe of solidifying human beings in a moment. It's what she would have wanted. So here's the heavenly hosts, fuckers. Look, they spit on you too from above. It's called rain. And all sorts of weather phenomena. Total shit. Total shit. So this is what's going to happen to us all. Apparently, underneath this skin, not that I believe it, it's apparently skeleton. So when you're dancing in the nightclub, just imagine all that's really there. Well, it's only frequency, but what you're seeing is a load of skeletons dancing. That's right, they're called skeletons. I know somebody's going to say, what are skeletons? They're skeletons. I don't know what to say. Thank you, FTW Stage. Thank you. So, yeah, these are these rods or these orbs that I talk about, the orbis or the orb and scepter that you see the queen or the kings with, that we're going to look up in a minute. And you can see them here, an alchemical image with the devil and the skeleton, the deal done, because that's all that's happening here is a deal between them all. Enslavement of humanity. These people are magicians. They know that human consciousness co-creates reality based on what the mind believes to be true and real. This process is amplified when instilled in crowd consciousness. They are projecting what they want into your mind, so you build it for them. Well, not me. Not anymore. Will I be doing that? And I'm going to see it all around me, and I'm going to know it's happening as well. Will I have any control? That's not what I'm here for. So look how they lived. I notice all of the carpets. If you try and walk over that carpet, it looks Arabic. You would trip and break your neck. But look at these glass windows, not beautifully lived. Freaking hell. So yeah, this guy tried to fly to the sun, and the wax melted, and he fell back. Icarus, who put on wings and tried to fly to the sun because he knew it wasn't far away. Yeah, again with the controlly. Listen, if I can't be told what to do. I'm getting on with it. I am doing a good job. Stop complaining already, Gandalf God. Yeah, that's right, Gandalf God. I said God is Gandalf. Gandalf. Anyway. Somebody put this program together. You could call it a creator if you like. There's a writer. I definitely think that this thing is scripted. The whole thing seems to be like a play, like a show of spiritual coming of age. So here's religion. He's praying Please, can you make this not happen? You're not listening. Where are you? Please listen. You know, this happens. I've tried it. Please, please don't let her die. I will do anything. Please, please, please. I will never do anything wrong again. God, just don't let her die. And guess what happens? Fuck yeah, they die. So there's that. Don't worry, because she's going to heaven with your woke flags and everything. No ganja, gay St. Peter. Although I'm sure he's very nice and I got nothing against them. I'm sure he's really, really lovely. It's just like, oh, fucking hell, you know? It's just not me, you know? I'm on the biker bird. In levers. Jesus. 5,000 years of wars, scientific achievements, religious teachings, and commercials and money still in issue. Isn't it crazy? After all this time, all these ancient ways still carried out into the modern day. Oh, I think there's a new paradigm coming. Computers and AI are definitely pushing all of that through, where there's not going to be a need for any of it. People are going to realize the scam. There's another angel. This time he's chopping someone's head off. Very, very violent. And they see, when I was young, I was a witch. Who doesn't love a good witch? She is. So there are good witches and there are bad witches, but your mind is more powerful, so I wouldn't be worried about any of that. If you are suspecting that you can do magical things and you would actually, you know, in the framework of what the word witch means, consider yourself to be a witch. Don't worry, they don't burn witches anymore. Your secret is safe with us. Don't worry about it. Anyway. We all do magic, guys. We all do a lesser magic. Some of us more magic. But what it is, guys, is this. This is the key. Never limit the imagination. The mind room, wow, with thought, and just see what is really going on. Tap into the field of infinite possibilities, and you can see it'll show you. The universe shows you what is really going on. And I'm a pattern recognition expert, so I can see through what other people can't see, which is why I know this is what's going on. In the sim, if you like. Ooh, look at these. This looks a happy little couple. Wee, wee. So, yeah, but in our reality, none of this is, we never see any of this. This would have been a good thumbnail. I love a bit of Euronymous Bosch. He's got some crazy stuff going on. That looks like the inside of my head. All artistic. I'm artistic. No, autistic. No, artistic, that's it. See, all of these things like autism, PTSD, and all of these isms, they weren't around when I was a kid. You never heard of autism. You didn't hear of any of that. All I ever used to hear of was brittlebone. We didn't hear of any of these things. And nobody had them. You had the odd strange kid. You put it down to just being a strange kid. Nobody had any isms when I was young. They all came along later. But they're all, I don't even want to say gigazaxed. So is that. Oh, this is what's going on, isn't it? Break back the layers. Ooh, pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to visit the Queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you there? I scored half a quarter for the man on the stair. Let's have a look. Ooh. So this is St. Christopher. Also some images of St. Michael you can see. He's a dog. So why we got loads of dog head? You know, sort of royal looking church people in the past. And there's God bestowing him some of God's stuff. So God magic. So we want a bit of magic. We'll have magic, but we'll make it ourselves because we're more powerful. Because we're Superman, Superwoman. Everybody's doing it, doing it, doing it. Smell my fingers. That's what they're saying. Baphomet, Jesus, the Pope. Smell my fingers. Even in Salvador Mundi's painting, the most expensive that I showed you, it's like, smell my fingers. But this is a chi thing anyway. I've tried it, I've practiced. I can't do it with that finger anymore because it's snapped. But it's a chi amplification method. Ugh. So yeah, I don't think it is a dark plot and it is diabolical, but I do see light, and I do see that this loop is broken. That would be the true saving of humanity. And maybe they want that. Maybe that's the whole point in the first place. That's where Jesus saves, because we got to realize the scam and what's been going on, and that they're stealing our immortality. Would you give that away? What about selling souls? Selling souls to the devil. Well, in some instances, it's a shortcut to success, like the movie. And in some instances, they seem to do okay, don't they? Some of them, the deal goes, if you're like Bob Dylan, although he looks like shit and can't sing anymore, and they make him work until they're 90, and then they're just like an eternal slave. So they find that even when they've done the deal and they got great riches, their life is a worthless piece of shit. Same as Elvis Presley. Yeah. It's bullshit. Our soul isn't even ours to sell in the first place, because that is not going on. That is another thought form entity thing. Do you know when you think that you've sold a soul and all of these magical things, it's like, oh, I got star quality. Oh, I'm larger than life. Everybody's noticing me. Oh, everybody's fucking brilliant things are happening to me. Because you're doing it. You are doing it. That's what's going on. If you think big enough, it can happen. Because stay clear. And you're not going to let the chi leak away to third parties like energy vampires that are stealing your energy to become immortal. As soon as you stop thinking about them, guess what's going to happen? Well, I won't be too happy about it, but I think this tough fucking shit is what I think. Am I declaring war on them all? Fuck yeah. I can declare war on two thought forms, business models, deals, can't I? She's turning up. She's like, what you want? It's like, well, I've already got what I need. I don't need much anyway. So can I tempt you with anything? It's like, I don't know. You got any of that hell blunt weed? She got like, I got hell blunt weed and ties. So, okay, I'm tempted. Yeah, it's getting down. Look, it's definitely getting down. Get down tonight. Get down tonight. Do a little dance. Make a little love. Get down tonight. Get down tonight. I don't know what that slappy bum thing is. I've never gone on with it. I don't like it at all. And this is the devil in the video from Tenacious D. So, yeah, so you notice the contemporary music with all the heavy metal. 666, the number of the beast. Run to the hills, Iron Maiden. Twisted Sister. The lead singer of Twisted Sister is he looks like a hip hop, doesn't he? So there he is. So then his boyfriend, he's got Saddam Hussein, who's very, very abusive, toxic relationship. But you find that life is complicated. Don't stare at that for more than 3 seconds, did you? Oh, this is what just exploded in your mind. Okay, Anton LaVey. So yeah, more agents, more sort of assets to permeate the heaven and the hell. I will cast you out, evil spirit. It's like, well, where did you come from in the first place? Oh, well, let's not talk about that. It's like, that was you, wasn't it? It's like, no, this is a brilliant, got it all picture. Again with the Superman red coat. Pray, pray. And he's got his hands out like he's soaking up the prey energy. Oh, give me that data, give me that force. Oh, yeah, it feels so good. It's like, you know what's going to happen if you don't give me this energy? I'm going to shrivel up and eventually disappear at my own bottom. And then it'll be a quantum black hole. A Jesus black hole. The biggest black hole that ever was. So, yeah, what happens to humanity? Well, everyone gets naked. That's because The Maharishi is there. And this angel here looks like it's getting a bit lesbian love going on. So I'll save you from the demon. I'll save you from the hooded claw. Keep the vampire from your door. Ah, yeah. Feels like fire. I'm so in love with you, hurts the soul. They were quite good one day, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, when they were out. Relax. Ruby ring. I want to talk about ruby rings, like my bottom after chicken tikka masala. So, ruby ring. Rubies. Now, although I do get these are reliques of dead saints, okay, so they're infused like demons, okay, with saint stuff, okay, they got saint stuff, so they keep them in the church, which is a bit weird. Oh, that's an amethyst and what looks like a sapphire and some rubies here. Okay, well, rubies are crystals and some of them can be produced in the lab. I'll show you a picture of one now. And what you find is they are really important with all of the god tech, which the royalty have got. The crucible, the holy hand grenade, with some of the most famous jewels surrounded by emeralds, garnets, sapphires, and rubies. And in the Queen's crown itself, you can see rubies, the biggest diamond, the Hope diamond, and the African star, which is apparently worn by Henry V at Agincourt, so they say. I don't know what that is. And the scepter. We live in Britain, which they call a scepter dial. And this place looks proper melted, especially in Scotland, all of it 5 foot. And you find there's a stone, like a crystal stone, like a diamond. Okay. 2, directionalize a beam. Because I think that all of these are weapons and reliquary and weapons infused with demon blood. Crystals can be grown in the lab, just like this. Not all geological. You can have lab-made rubies. So you could have a demon essence, blood, ruby, like this. Okay, now you can do this in all forms of technology, which I definitely think they'd be doing, especially with swords. If you think about Excalibur, the sword of King Arthur. And now King Arthur, okay, nobody else could take that sword out of the stone because only the real king could, King Arthur, which shows that this sword was DNA activated. It had to have the holy bloodline, which is what all this is about, eternal life. The Holy Grail is eternal life. And what was in the Holy Grail? Well, it was at the Last Supper, wasn't it? It's supposed to be a tot of wine, wasn't there? But it is all about the bloodline. So that's what they do, is they cover old saints in shitloads of jewelry, and that will affect the ether in a particular way. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, King Arthur's Excalibur was not a sword. It was a light saber, just like the scepter, just like some of these batons with buttons on the top. They are literally, like Star Wars shows us, they are light sabers is what's going on. So he's a happy guy, isn't he? So yeah, this is Prince Charles, King Charles on coronation with his purple, lovely purple though, sitting on the throne, just been made king. Does he look happy? Well, he's just been given a third of the world's surface and ultimate power over all of his dominions. And yeah, and all of us as well, apparently, because we're not sovereign, we belong to him, apparently, in his head. He looks really, really, really fucking unhappy, doesn't he? Yeah, good job he's got massive ears to keep that crown on, otherwise it'd slip down. Apparently it weighs a ton. They changed the crown half a dozen times. This is not like the one you see the Queen with all of the time. This is another one. But they change it over and over, and his clothes over and over. So check this old book with giant rubies. So yeah, and ancient Saxon jewelry you'll see encrusted in beautiful rubies and garnets as well. So let's have a look at some beautiful antiquity. Elementals trapped in stone. Well, what's normal? I was thinking about like when they possessed, like Annabella the doll's been stolen. Have you read about that? They're telling us that she's out there somewhere again, and Robert the doll as well. Apparently still in the lock and key, but Annabella the doll is on the loose. So there's, fucking possessed like Chuckies in like toys and stuff. So yeah, can that be real? Well, it can be if the mind traps it in there and it's anchored in there, the essence of this evil. I've literally thrown away items in the past because they come my way and everything went to shit. And then as soon as I threw them away, it was all back on track again. I was like, it was that fucking item. So I was really in the mindset of possessed items in the past, but possessions possess you, and that's the end of it. Little as possible in the way of items. Just tools. Just tools for what you need is what I think. I don't know what these are, but quite beautiful. It looks like it might be Arabic. And some of the quality items of the past, look, beautiful glass, covered in jewels, real jewels. So yeah, I think that they are definitely a technology, but these kings and queens, they are sort of echoes of that ancient technologies, electromagnetic technologies. But rubies, I definitely think are a part of it because of their specific placement, as you will see. Ooh, amethyst, nice. This is Egypt. Oh, Greek. This is Greek. Wow, that's good quality mint, considering it's supposed to be like 18,000 years ago. This is Tiffany, or it looks like Art Deco piece, 1920s, or Edwardian period. And look at I think they're garnets, aren't they? They don't make it like that anymore, that is for sure. And this would have been available to most people. So let's think about Jesus blood, or holy blood, if you like, which is what the game is apparently really all about. Apparently they take our blood when we're babies, apparently, and take it off to the Vatican. Some people say the soul trap, which I don't think, because I am utterly convinced that my mind is stronger than anything then they can put together. At this stage, that's what I think. So there's that. So Hitler wanted this item that you can see on the left-hand side. It is apparently the Spear of Destiny. Anyone who holds it can conquer any lands. It was in a museum in Austria, so like Austria was on their side anyway, so it wasn't a problem to him to possess it. You can see other religious reliquary with it. So apparently, it stabbed Jesus. And we'll look into what its device is in a little while. Also, ceremonial maces and axes. I don't think they were ever, as you think, just clubby, innocent weapons. If you look at some of these ceremonial maces, for example, they are Vajratech. This is the Olympic torch. And does it remind you of anything? Like exactly like the Roman fasces, for example? And they carry that thing all the way, all the countries that take part. Kate is also blood related to Muslim royalty. Well, have you heard that, Sylvia? Yeah. But she's let in, isn't she? They didn't let Dodi in, did he? And the, Lady Di, soon to be Arab baby, that all disappeared. So yeah, this is inside the Spear of Destiny. It's bound by all these cables, and it's got some ancient inscriptions. But when you break it down, there's all sorts of weird components to it and device to it, which has completely perplexed scientists. As you can see, they have taken it apart, and there are x-rays of what is inside. Some people say it is a piece of the cross of Jesus, but there's a few people claiming that as well, inside in the center of it. And I think that all of these weapons, as I've spoken about umpteen times, and I will again in a week if you're interested, Electric Knights, I've got stacks of evidence to show you that it wasn't stabby on the battlefield. It was more zappy, like this. So this, it looks like a mountaineering axe to me, or an ice pick of some sort. But if you look at the end, it looks like it's got a Vajra. So it would have been creating a charge when it was really used. And this would have been like a lightsaber. All of it was this sort of technology in your world. The shepherd's crook is Antiquitech. It has church pieces with knobbly bits to amplify chi into a perfect golden ratio. Fine. Check it out. In a crook. Imagine that like packs a punch, guys, in this fabric of Matrix. Some of the hilts of swords. So imagine Excalibur, right? Only King Arthur got it out of the stone because it was pattern recognition. It was basically DNA activated. And some of these old Arab things, old Arab swords, have got these things on them. Like, what would be the point of that? And some of the hilt stuff as well. There's all like construction in a lot of them. I got X-rays of a shit ton of them, and they are. And also lances as well. Some of them were spring-loaded. It looks like they were electrical devices. So I think it was more in line with, like they show you with saints, flames all around them. There's some ancient swords here. And all of them are just not what you'd think. Like that. Got that old ancient sword with crystal blade of some sort. I don't know what that substance is. Thank you, FTW Stage. I really appreciate anyone who shares the video or like this video or anything. I got loads more to go, actually, so buckle in. So yeah, this is a reliquary, a saint. They collect these all over antiquity, and they have a little piece of bone or a fragment of hair of the saint that died. And this infuses it in saint stuff. And they put this saint stuff into weaponry, swords. This is the hilt. Now, again, just like I explained earlier, for directionalization of a beam, like when you got a lightsaber, they have jewels or these things in the end would definitely, sort of suggest some sort of tech to me. And inside is a reliquary chamber in the hilt of the sword, and another one there, where they would use saint stuff or demon stuff, okay, in them weapons, which would give them ultimate power. I am the power, yeah, over Skeletor, over Grayskull, like He-Man. So this is apparently a nail that was crucified Jesus. So it was big, it was copper, apparently, and they put that through his feet. His feet would split like a soggy melon. I actually don't know the size of this, but it looked quite big. But they don't explain to people how crucifixion actually works. You die of asphyxiation. They break your legs, arms in the air, you can't breathe, and then you suffocate slowly. So imperial orb, sword, and scarab of the Holy Roman Empire. The orb was made in Germany in the 1200s, the scarab in Italy, and the German sword in the 1200s. All royalty have this orb. And then jewels in a special configuration. I think it's all a technology, guys, lost to us now. And batons and these crazy ceremonial, I don't know what you call them, batons. Again, with the reliquary and the saint stuff. A bit of bone or a bit of anything to do with Jesus, and it makes it superhuman. Just like the blood that is apparently on the spear of destiny that will allow you to conquer countries. It worked for a while for Hitler, apparently, but until Stalingrad. It all went to shit then, didn't it? But it's a long story. I can't go into it. It's all not what you think. It's never what you think it is, especially when it comes to religion. I don't know what is going on here, but I think it's really beautiful. Some royal swordery. And some of the decorations. So if you think about another spear, if you think about samurai swords, so they hammer blood when they're producing and founding. They hammer blood into samurai swords as well to infuse blood into it. Also, they used to do that with leather and urine as well. They hammer urine into leather and blood, and they used to use blood in sword making as well. Hammer it in. Ancient Vajras, I imagine to be just like the lightsabers in Star Wars, just like them. I think that's exactly what was going on. Look at all the jewels encrusted in this one. It's really beautiful. Just for decoration or more technology going on? Just beautiful. They don't make it like that anymore. So yeah, ruby rings, ruby stuff. Let me just fly through a few of these a second. See, these are reliquaries from all over Christendom. You find them in churches of dead saints. There are countless numbers. Ashes they will keep of some saint. Okay, so that will be like super powerful saint stuff in their head, and a little bit of a saint thing going on in here, and the skeletons of them. This is what the church are doing. It's because it's a death cult, and they're slightly mocking us. And to be honest, the more I think about what I've been thinking about, is they haven't lied, really. They don't lie. We do it through consent. And people go into church, they usually do it through their own fruition. They don't really, they walk through those doors because they're seeking an answer. They're seeking what they think is the truth. They think that God, in his infinite wisdom, will show them the way in this place, in this curious realm that we find ourselves. No source will guide you. The universe, whatever it is, will guide you. This place is a different way than they tell you. And like I said, you know, when you put fears around things like existing, surviving and stuff like that, that's putting that out into the field and keeping it further away. You just got to stop. Just cut that out, right? The universe will, I promise you with this, okay? It makes everything work out. Santa's little helpers just shit out of nowhere, just as you need them. And then, you know, as long as you're not like me, you know, you're not really wanting much, you know, you're seeking truth and, you know, the spiritual journey that you're on. And then you get the new characters that show up with that little bit more information to help you along the way. And it's like, and then you get, like I got, goose pimples, just thinking about that journey. You give the energy away to a third party, which is as sick and weird as this. It's funny how they put that jewel over the mind's eye as well, isn't it? So yeah, Hank the Wank loves these. He's got a Skellington girlfriend, my brother Hank the Wank has. And she's pretty. She's like one of these babes. You know? Don't worry. Walking up to hers. Oh, look at it. So yeah, they say if you look at these saints for too long, I'm only joking. So yeah, so they're collecting saint stuff under the belief system that it will be super infused with super special saint stuff or demon technology in their technology, because it is a technology. It's a technology within the simulation is what it is. He's doing some on my finger too. So, okay, we've seen enough of these weird skeletons. Let's move on. So, yeah, to conclude on this piece at the moment is a jinn of the Persian peoples. That's happening, and they are harvesting our energy, and it is for them to have immortality, and that is what's going on. And we are immortal beings, and we have they suck our life force away. And I'm not doing it, and I bet I live to like 150. So yeah, the jinn. So okay, so they're a different thing, aren't they? Same form entity that will be give you genius. Okay, connect you to source. Again, a third party. You don't need the jinn to connect the source to get the information. You can do all of that yourself. This, the jinn, genius, okay, the genie in the bottle, will give you 3 wishes. Out of the fields of infinite possibilities, but you have to get it right, otherwise you end up with a shit show. And these are apparently the variations of Persian jinn that are coupled with astrological star signs like Leo the lion and the crab, as you can see. So the Persians, I need a drink and to come back. I don't know what's going on. Have their demons like all faiths. and they put the fear of God in people, because these are real in your psyche, because they put them there. But don't worry, because if you're possessed, they'll cure you too. They can do it all, unless you have nothing to do with any of them whatsoever. Ooh, that one's not too bad. And take your energy back. It'd be a beautiful thing, and you'd be able to do magical things. That's the secret here, guys. They know it, and they keep it all for themselves. And they're very protective over that information. Well, that's just, again, tough shit. Let me say that in an old world voice. Tough shit. Like that. Here, let me paint some eyebrows on you. You're nice. You're my new girlfriend. Oh. You're nice. I turned you into a thermos flask. Maybe demons got high voices, though. Oh, you're nice. Oh, you're mine now. I've got your soul. And nah, what they really say is, your wish is my command. And then the first wish is for infinite wishes. He's like, no, because that is not a wish. You got to be really specific. Oh, I want to be really, really rich and have loads of money. And then a big, massive pile of gold just lands straight on top of you, crushes you to death. It's like, what, like that, you mean? So you've got to be really specific about what you wish for, especially in this realm. That is a biggie in the game. Know what you want, which is nothing, because there's nothing there. You know, you got it all already. Is what I'm saying. What's what I'm saying? It's what I'm saying, yo. So how many people have I got here? Oh, I got some people in the house, I think. Oh, 600 of you lovely people. Thank you for being here. Wet my whistle. Because I've been talking for a little while. Wow. 2 hours. That was 2 hours, guys. Shit the bed. That went like that. Anyone notice how quick this year is going? No. So next week or this weekend coming, next weekend, I'm going to be in East Grinstead, just outside Gatwick Airport, to the Alleviate and Elevate convention, which is a really good convention to deal with health, and a lot of the subjects what I'll be talking about as well, they cover. So that's really groovy. that's next weekend. You can find out about that in the descriptions box below if you fancy going and meeting up. I'm meeting up all these people who are going. So that is the weekend coming. So yeah, let's share some more images. The Jinn is an algorithm, is an anagram of ninja. I never thought about that. It's like, I noticed that if you just break down the etymology, I've got a book over there and it says weapons. Yeah. But when I looked at it, it says weapon, like peapon, like weapon. Weapon would actually be a type of weapon. If you're on a castle and there was the enemy down below and you weapon them, then that would be a weapon, wouldn't it? So let's give you a few shouts, and we're going to get into the next bit of this show. What you can expect next is 1840s, the earliest photographs ever of Kabul in Afghanistan. What will we see? You'll be surprised. And then I'm going to share my flat a day picks of the week and see how we go for time. Okay. Well, go on, Morgan. The sunshine, love the dreams. Just dream big, guys. Let's do it. Let's change the world. Let's not fucking believe anything that we upon. Exactly. Let's just not believe what they're telling us. I think there's a whole new way of thinking coming, and it's just like I said, when you think new ways you haven't thought before, and you just open them new synapses, if you like, if that's the way it really is happening, then you just tap into like infinite potential. It's like, ooh, what do I do? You know, it's like I said, it's that what do you want thing. If you don't want, and then you just like enjoying your spiritual journey in the now moments, and not being head fucked, beating yourself up with MK Ultra mind control, which is what's happening across the board. Wow, for the whole of Britain. The whole of Britain at the moment is in the grip of mind control. They're like, wow, wow, wow. I'm sure a lot of them think that they're doing okay, but in reality, they're all getting it wrong. All of them. Peace Frog, good to see you. Martin Ninja of Truth. I'm a ninja. Oh, I snorted then. I'm very sorry. Salads, navigation this realm is not an easy. Hiya, Marianne. Martin, this is a really good night. Oh, I knew it would be. Oh, I knew it would be. Thank you for that. James Latimer, good to see you, my friend. And Jesus Flame. Smurfs live in a mushroom. Oh, yeah. The Smurfs are blue as well, aren't they? And they keep eating them. Listen, the Vatican know all about the mushrooms. Okay, I've covered Jesus and the magic mushroom before now. A couple of years ago. Lacey Z, good to see you. Lacey Z. It was like, no way, he's finished yet. No, I ain't, lady. There's loads to go, yeah. Demon core, rub it on. You can have demon ointment or demon drugs, or they would be badass. Machiavelli. It's like, no thanks, not for me. Machiavelli, Henry. Oh, come on. Just put your lips together and whistle. That's the key. Always look on the bright side of life. Josh Mack, did you know, right? I told you, didn't I? My grandmother told me that every time you kick a Coca-Cola can, an angel dies. So then people who scrap loads and loads of Coke cans, they're killing lots and lots of angels, man. Listen. In this new paradigm, I wouldn't worry about it. It's only bad people. Anything will happen bad to. Anyway, headquarters of Sir Dabbing Good, Scientology, 33. Yeah. Mason Shriners, the same road, coincidence. You know, because they're all in it together. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. Stay out of it. Don't want to be either. The Illuminati. You bum. So, for Illuminati and Elevate Conference in Sussex on the 13th and the 14th next weekend. I'll be on the Saturday, and it's going to be a jolly good show. Looking forward to that one. Bringing some truth to the peeps. Right, peace, frogs. Okay, guys, we're going to get back into some more images because, like I said, the night goes so quick. Can't believe I've been talking. Rub it on your temple. It's a bit rude, isn't it? Free soul hippie. Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. Mysterious Middle East, indeed. Let's have a look, Joy. Lovely. What we're going to see for Kabul. We all know about Kabul. We've all watched the news. It's who we bombed shit out of during the Afghan war and nicked all their opium. Isn't that the one? Something to do with that. Anyway, it's been there a while. It looks like it's been beat up before. Thank you, Wuta Overeem. Hello to you too. So thank you, Hippie Shake, for sharing my PayPal link. That is really awesome of you to do that. Martin is receiving donations. Martin is receiving donations. James Carney, have you noticed when you change your mind a lot, things don't often work out? Must learn to let go. And another thing as well, James, I've noticed is first impressions last. I've noticed that some people I've met, we're like, yeah, fucking no. Yeah, that's my first thought. And then I make the effort, with them, and they were all right and that. And then it always comes back to, no, I was right. They were real tossers. So always stick with your first impressions about people. First impressions last. That's a true thing, that is. So narcissists under picture. Listen, we got this. Like you wouldn't even believe. Oh my God. It's just like we're like the X-Men right now. Yeah. We are literally like literally in that X-Men school, with Magneto. I'll be Magneto, shall I? Magneto Marticus Scrotus Maximus. LFX. Yeah, I'm going to have fun with that one. So I'm looking forward to my new posts to come as well. I've just opened a massive load of, oh my gods, I've opened a whole thing in my head. This is brilliant. Richie Boyle 77, great show. Thank you. All right, let's get back into, let's not keep you all waiting any longer. Let's get back. Every time you snort makes me think of Bill Nighy. He snorts a bit. He's a good actor, isn't he? I like Bill Nighy. David, Dabbing a rabbit. Ginger, ginger, fish finger. Again, is there any need for that? I had to stop, watch, and listen. Totally resonating. Thank you, Leslie. And I knew people would. Okay. Okay. We got Jinkria. So lovely peeps there. 16 alpha. Happily ever after. I like happy endings, but I don't want endings. Endings invokes like that we ain't immortal when we are. That's the thing. That's what the Holy Grail is. That's what the Holy Grail is our immortality that is being siphoned and robbed through third parties, through the spells and the language and the law and all of the rest of it, especially religion, the world's worst. Anyway, let's get back into it. It's a biggie. It's a biggie. Okay, Kabul. 1840 to 80. So in the 1840s, I find it difficult to believe that the photographs are this pristine. They've been around like 10 years. Photographs apparently in 1840, so they are literally crisp. Let's see if we can find anything moving. Would be interesting. So what do we see for Kabul? Well, there's loads of rocks and nothing much going on. Oh, right, they got some stuff. Let's have a look what they got. So what you find is Kabul in 1840s, on the 1800s, isn't really populated by anybody. And it looks like it's been completely melted on the bottom bit. And then it's had a later bit added on top. The bottom bit, however, looks completely, this is a scientific term, fudge fucked. It looks fudge fucked, is what it does. So, yes, they have snow in Afghanistan, but the poppies are higher. They're all right. They survive. So there's no need to worry. Anybody who likes pain relief? I don't actually have any pain relief of any sort. I literally can't. So I use my mind, which is, I think that, it's just weakness leaving the body, but combating pain just using your mind is tricky. I have to trap my mind. I noticed that if you're in pain and you're thinking intently, the pain you're not thinking about, it goes away until you stop thinking, and then pain comes back. So there's that. So yeah, look at all the shit underneath, all the melted bricks and stuff. So yeah, it had a big civilization in Kabul in the past, in Persia, part of Afghanistan. So yeah, they up the Khyber Pass. They have a bit of tiffin at the Khyber Pass. So yeah, I guess bloody freezing. So they're all right over here then, are they? Because it gets cold in Britain, and half of them are over here now. So just have a look at this. Holy shit! It literally looks like there's been a big load of mud fell from the sky and landed on top of it, like spludge. Wow. Interior residency. Okay, no. Who's living there? Dr. No one. So here they are, the Afghans doing sweet fuck all, sitting around like they do in the modern day, and not really builders, are they? Arabic nations. They do beautiful stuff. I think they have other people subcontract for them to build them, but we build all the good stuff. Oh, look at that! What happened to it? Looks like it's been sat on by a giant. So the bottom bit's all worn away by Noah's flood, and the top bit, because of the water coming up to here, and everything's just been taken off, all the paneling. So yeah, so I'm sure it's all lovely in Afghanistan. I watched some of these videos where tourists go to these places, and yeah, it's all safe. They're all very friendly as long as the Taliban don't pull you in and question you. All goes well. So yeah, what's all these wagon wheels? Oh, it'd be terrible, wouldn't it? Imagine living. Oh, I couldn't do it. No, sorry, not me. So yeah, that looks very Moorish, doesn't it? It's got a little bit of Antiquitech. The roof is gone, and they're just sitting in it because it's so bloody hot in summer. And look at Kabul. It was some sort of complex, really, wasn't it? Look at the walls. Quite mint there, and the gardens there are just shit. Bala Hizar. Huzzah! So large gardens, all dried and nothing growing. So what do they eat if there's nothing growing? It's all deserty. What's he doing? Is he taking a poo? Is he hugging something? I don't know. Maybe he's doing call to prayer thing like they do. Any old iron. That's what they do here in Britain. Any old iron. Every morning, then the dogs start howling. Whoa, look at that. It's like Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here Inside cover. What the fuck? That's like colour as well. So that's the colour of the glass. This must be glass plate. So yeah, these look like they're moving images. It doesn't seem to have an exposure problem taking these for 1840. And look at that weird twisted tree. Chi energy going on there. And that, something to do with that device. It affects nature. Wow. So yeah, Kabul. Kaboom. Kaboom, Kabul. So don't worry. Wait, you build it all, big city, another 150 years later, blow it all up again, and then build it all back again. Because this is the nature of reality, isn't it? Build back better. So yeah, it's a lot of snowy stuff going on. I wonder all these wheels are. The trench system. So you can't beat them though in a war. It's nearly impossible to beat them because they goes off into caves, don't they? And you can't fucking find them. They're gone. So yeah, the British had to go up the Khyber Pass. We tamed them for a bit, but they're too feisty. And then the Russians, they came in. Mujahideen fucked them up royally. They went home losing 1 million or 2. And then the Americans had to go, didn't they? And they went in with the British, French, and whoever. And yeah, they didn't win either. You can't really take on them because they got all the mountains and tunnels and ancient networks of. They're like the Viet Cong, aren't they? The Afghan rebels, the Mujahideen, the freedom fighters, the fight the empire up in the mountains. Shame they're brainwashed by religious ideology. That's the only part. And these ancient ideologies as well. It's so dangerous. It's about fucking keeping women down. That's a big part of religion, isn't it? Women don't get an equal shot. It's all horrible. And then you've got wars. Yes, you're going to go to war and fight because God is on our side. In God we trust. So is that shit going down with war. I tell you what, let's all say the Lord's Prayer before we go over the top. So that looks like the Afghans being supported by their British commander. You see one Brit and all them Afghans, a couple of Brits. Because literally we run everywhere. With a little skeleton crew, and everyone used to do what the fuck we told them to, because basically we made them. We shouted at them a lot. So let's have a look at Afghanistan. Wow, it is too shit in a handbag, isn't it? Why did they say that? Nobody would have a shit in a handbag. That'd be really terrible, wouldn't it? Mind you, if you were caught short in the street, you could use your handbag. Not that women ever get caught short for poo in the street. I can't imagine that's ever happened in reality. What's with the big curtains? This is moving pictures 1840. This completely smashes the exposure problem question that I get in later 1880s pictures. So yeah, that looks amazing. I must say, wow, nailing it on culture. Wow. So any pictures of poppies? There's a big encampment there. That'd be the British. Okay. We've just been up the Khyber Pass. Like I said, we're going to securing the opium. Let's go off to a dick to the Chinese. They got a bit of a taste for it. We've got to keep them going. till they perform and they say they don't want it anymore. They'd be lying. Oh, yeah. 1 billion clucking little Chinamen. And it's expensive. It's getting more expensive. We can go and sell it to them. Or these lot, well, they got all that brilliant black ash and all that opium. That's what they do. That's what the wars are always over. Plus, probably a little bit of an energy centre by the look of that Kabul complex. So, what happened there then? It's British again, isn't it? I can see seashells there, though. So that's like, oh, it might be Moorish. So, in machine guns and blew that shit up, they probably did this. No, or we're not going to do as we're told. See, that never goes down really well, see, in the British Empire. It's like, sorry, didn't quite hear you. You wanted to die. It's like, no, we'll do it. It's like, that's right. This is how we roll. This is how we ruled the world. With order. Yeah. See these in the Vatican? They're summoning demons possessing the world. Okay. Or a lot of them, a billions of them. All these negative form programs, it's all to do with them. What a sneaky technology in the sim that they worked out. I don't know if that was handed down to them, how they found that out after a reset. I know how that happened. They stole Tatarian technology and then they perverted it. I've read it. I read it in a book that happened. So Kabul's a bit big then, isn't it? Loads of flat roofs because it doesn't rain. Snows are. Yeah, it's quite big there. Then that's later on, 1880s maybe. And that's it. Up the Khyber Pass. That's where they like it. Come on, let's charge them. Let's put the willies up them. Put the willies up them. Yeah, it's the willies. I mean, the fear of God. Okay. So let's do a bit of German Appreciation Society for 5 minutes. This is Leipzig in Germany. I think Hitler was from this area. And there is beautiful Tatarian buildings. We're going to swiftly go through to get into my images of the day because I've got over 100 of them. And we're looking at 570 of you. Thank you for watching. Happy Flat Day. Okay, wiggly flat thumbs. Let's see what we can discover for Leipzig, city I've not been to. The War Memorial, there's another thing, look, that they're doing. I've got catalogues I was going to show you on this post, but I'll do it in the week, of what they look like, these monuments, looking down, and they look like computer components. I shit if you not. So, yeah, oh, they got lovely architecture in Germany, but look at that. That same style is replicated everywhere. You see that in New York and everywhere. A beautiful Tatarian style. Ooh, look at that. We got a Roman obelisk, some of which are known to contain reliquae, like I said, to change the field around it. Yeah, the Antiquitech field must have been fought over, I'm thinking. You know, the creation of that field, what it could do, and then finding out, you know, physicality to thought form. Oh, how sinister. It's like, it's just diabolical. The level. And it permeates all of that. You know, it's like the globe religion, guys. You know, the heliocentrism, the globe believing, it's just a religion. It's another fucking loop. It's another energy sucker. It is a literal cult. It's not a globe. I don't exactly know what it is, if I'm honest with you, but it's not a spinny ball in space. And from my perspective, it looks proper flat. I've never seen anything other than that. So that's what I'm going on. And I'm not willing to debate it with anyone either, because I'm not in that field of debating people who are not willing to listen and just look at the information. So what we always find in this field of flat earth is we know more about space stuff than they do, always, and they don't know their own model, always the case. So this is Antiquitech on steroids, isn't it? Look at this. So yeah, there's so many of these weird religions, but I do think that this paradigm of thinking is, you know, linking science and spirituality, and it really is. It is an ancient technology, if you like, ancient, if that's the word, a technology that has been used to stop us from waking up to our true human potential of what we really are in this place. And they show us with the Avengers, they show us with the X-Men, they show us with the ninjas or the Jedi warriors. Yeah, when you got the lightsaber and you're fighting that ball, which looks exactly like the Orbis, yeah, the holy hand grenade. So he's like, trust the Force, Luke. Trust the Force, Luke. And he's like, blindfolded, because you don't need to see, like Neo never needed to see. Yeah, because it's all in the fields. You can already sense it all. That's something else I was thinking about as well, is smell. How smells you can't see, and they're waves of vibration, and they hit your nose, and it's like, oh, I can smell curry. Happened like in a park yesterday. I was like, isn't that weird how, you know, they're waves of smell hit your nose? So turn that into the science, the real science, the mechanism of how smelly vision is happening. It's quite incredible. It's an entire framework of information from a smell. That's worthy of a vlog. I'm going to get into that. So yeah, Leipzig is trippy, full of Antiquitech, guys. And the Germans, they have beautiful stuff. They had infrastructure and beautiful buildings and everything going on before the advent of the Second World War. Nice. A lot of these buildings got splattered, but not so much in Leipzig, and Austria fared pretty well as well. So yeah, so that's looking at lovely Germany, right? So this is that convention that I'm at next week. Alleviate and elevate. It's all health stuff and manifestation techniques, and it's all going to be good, juicy stuff. There I am. I got a presentation ready as well. Mike Wilkinson, he does the that's Steradium 7. He does all the meltology, melted elephant stuff. That's going to be interesting as well. So yeah, make sure to come along. That's me shouting that. Right. Flat-a-day truth images. My famous images of the week. And they're really good. Okay, you ready? When is it happening? On the weekend, salad. Okay, let me drink. I am drinking Ben's Shores, which is British pop. And it's from the year of 1800 something. And it is shandy beer. And it's lovely. There's hardly any chemicals in this. It's just what you get. It's fucking tops, though. Excuse my language. So, yeah, fancy that. I had more views not talking on a short for 2 minutes than I did for half hour on my juicy post. Maybe I should just stop talking and do silent posts, but then it won't work the same. Check this out, guys. New York City's Woolworths building, 233. But check out the detail, the old world detail. I've never trusted the story behind what was the highest building in the world for a while, the Woolworths building. Phoenix, you've got all of this flowery stuff, the Phoenician stuff. But I think it's all just ancient coding. I really do. In fact, I know it is. Oh, excuse me, that's more of Leipzig that slipped into them photos. Okay, some alchemical images. Now, I'm watching this series called Sirens, and it's off the coast of Washington state. And they caught a siren who's out of the water, becomes a woman. Yeah, but they got super strength. They're super intelligence. But in the water, they're predatory and they eat everything. They're wild. And you got this, like, imagine. So there's been Noah's flood, okay, the biblical flood. The reset, and then the flood waters left the land, but like fishes floundering after a flood, the mermaids were the same. Check these out. The mermaids just left on the land. He's like, oh, taking a photograph, and this one's got like a barcode or something on its head. This terrible little baby. It's got a triangle. He's got a D. a big D on his head. No, it's the wrong way around. It's not D. That would be weird if you had a massive penis coming up your forehead. Imagine that. But people will call you a dickhead then, so it wouldn't be really good. Nah, don't like that. Plus, you'd have a pair of balls in front of your eyes, so that would be stupid. I'm sure these had it coming and they were bad people. Look at the size of that hat. Do you think that's a person you could trust? I knew it was the aliens all along. God, angels, and aliens. That is in the 1500s Book of Miracles. They're showing like what look like alien greys. I don't know. This is out of a medieval book. What's going on here? There's a guy, he's like, smell my finger in a minute. He hasn't got there yet, but that's coming. And they're having a game of chess. Some ladies fanning this guy who's brilliant at chess. And they're discussing the next move. I think bishop should take the pawn. So I've been talking about these all week. Like I just showed you, the golden ratio is exhibited in everything. And everything, every aspect of the human body, which is mathematical equation, which proves that this place is intelligently designed. Although they say this. No, it's happenstance, evolution. Took ages for us to. Yeah, we were monkeys. What about monkeys? Are still monkeys? No, we were monkeys. No, we started as a lungfish, and then a lightning struck it, and we sprung legs. And then we were more like a lizard or something. And then we ended up growing legs, and then we climbed trees, slow feet, and then monkey. And then eventually we became clever monkeys, human beings. Anyway, they're just stupid, aren't they? That's what's going on, is they can't think anything up. I could have thought up much better than that. That's stupid. Fuck me. They just have got no imagination. Anyway, so fingerprints of the creator. Fingerprints. I haven't got any, apparently, according to like Texas fucking immigration. I haven't got any fingerprints. I obviously have because I can see them. I don't know. But yeah, that shows me really that we're some sort of robot or computerized generated being, because we have a specific retina scan, DNA scan, and the old fingerprint, which is just ours, like our identity, only ours. So it's a password, right? We get a password in this place, distinctive to only you. All of nature, everything you see, all mathematical gold ratio in them, and it's just something. Put this thing together. It's a mathematical construct. This is my proof. This is fucking, to me, undeniable proof that this place is a construct, a mathematical construct. There's no doubt about it. Boo! Whoa, you sure got me, God. When God thinks, he jump scared you, and you don't want to burn in hell for eternity, so you play along. It's basically what's happening. It's got to appease, haven't you? So I know it's funny, God. You're such a hoot. When it's obviously got no sense of humor whatsoever. So is the nature of Armageddon. Theseus chopping the head off the Gorgon, which is quite a haunting image, which make a really good thumbnail if it could fit. Welsh is of the soil and this island, the senior language of men of Britain, and Welsh is beautiful. Welsh is beautiful. Now, I talked about Wales this week and its influx in American culture and the Constitution 2 days ago. So the serpent Araby. Okay, so we got the crescent, we got this serpent. Serpent, people think is the devil. It says, serpent Araby is my name. The serpent Araby, like Arabic. Araby. It's pukes blood over that same blood squirting Orbis with a cross on it, exactly the same technology. Okay. Interesting that Tataria has the longest containing alphabet with 202 words in the world, or had. What does that say? This is interesting. This is out of an early medieval book, and I'm wondering if this was the case for a lot of the place now, is that they were capturing air balloons, or in this case, a flying ship, which is between these two, well, Tesla towers, or they do look like Van de Graaff generators, wouldn't you agree? Two of them. And then there's this thing floating between them. So I think they were doing that. I think they were grabbing balloons as well on the way past, like, you know, netting them. So the seal of Waterloo County combines the lion and the lamb, which doesn't exist in reality. So why are they doing the lion and the lamb when it doesn't exist? That's a serious Mandela effect change in reality, is lion and the lamb, wouldn't you say? Sven, my brother, much love to you. Sven P in the house. Just arrived. Oh, we had some fun the other week, didn't we, Sven? We always had a good blast. So, moving on. These are the ley lines. I showed this on my last post over the southwest of Britain. So, yeah, this is what they want for us all. I'm not playing. I've seen it all before anyway. So this is on a cave painting. Check this out. Is he releasing drones? Wow, 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 wow. It's got antennas. It's got like antenna fingers. Wow, 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 wow. Definitely robotic head. And he's releasing what look like drones. Wow, wow, wow. Flame. Like flying monkeys. Okay. George Henry Thomas, Welsh. American Union Army. A lot of Welsh in the Union Army, apparently. I want to do this. You can go in the woods and you can lie down and put your head in this thing, and it's a giant pair of ears, and it's a form of relaxation, not meditation. Meditation leaves you open to demonic possession. Not pray. Don't go pray anything. Don't pray. Pray to yourself. Pray to you. That's a good one. Pray to you. Please me. Make everything better. Start there. So, yeah, can you imagine your little birds tweeting? Oh, a cricket. Oh, that bumblebee's really loud. Really, really loud. It's in my fucking ear. That's why. So, you don't want a bumblebee in your ear. Welcome to Texas. Dallas, 2 hours. Austin, 5 hours at best. San Antonio, half a day. Houston, forget about it. El Paso, tomorrow. And that's the truth of Texas. They made it big. So let's have a look at Rome in the past. No motorway there then. There is now next to the Colosseum in Rome. And there's an old fucked up looking lady who's got an umbrella doing nothing. What's she doing? I don't know. Maybe there's a bug there she felt sorry for and she put it in the shade, saving herself. Right, these are the people of Pompeii, or people of ancient Rome. What I notice is they are not Caucasian, are they? They're very Arabic looking, aren't they? The Romans. These are Romans. And, well, they would be for the Mediterranean, wouldn't they? But they are definitely Moorish looking. They are definitely all of them. Look at him. They just look, he's cockeyed, he is. They all look Arabic, the Romans. They're not like blonde Hitler types, like Aryans, stomping across the countryside, taking over countries. They are, in fact, the Romans, Uber delivery men. This is weird. This is Mount St. Helens. Do you remember this? The same nose. It's like they're one family. This is Mount St. Helens. It blew its top. We all seen the footage. It's like, what? Is it all quiet now? So it blew its top and then it's all okay again. Where's it? Why isn't it smoking? Where'd the top of the mountain go? And all that. It's trippy, that narrative and the whole thing for it. And now it's all right again. And it looked like that, and it's not. I don't know. Right, let's have a look at, oh, this is interesting. So we got a treble clef sort of affair going on here, which is also Fibonacci. If you notice, golden ratio on the treble. Clefage, so Bach, let's have a look. Bach, it's a bit of a scruff getting he Bach. Haydn, couldn't be asked. Mozart, oh, he was a bit creative. Beethoven, well, he just couldn't be asked doing a fucking clef at all. Sherbet, we love a bit of Sherbet. He done about the best at the moment. Mendelssohn's doing all right. Schumann, fuck me, that looks like a 6. No. Brahms is getting the clefage. And Debussy, he's doing a good one. And Ravel. So who's won the competition of the best composer treble clef competition is, I think, for creativity and artistic impression, Debussy. What say you? Debussy, free soul hippie. Fuck yeah. Debussy, thank you, Alva Billy, my brother. I love you, dude. Yeah. Oh, I like it when you think like me. This is a question. So we know the Rosicrucianists had all long hair, so they're antennas to the source. We know what's going on, right? Have you ever somebody said Sherbet? Well, Trent, one bad one, one a bad one. So when you got long hair like this, do you think they have a poo on their hair? Well, think about it. They sit on the toilet. Yes, there's beautiful hair hippie. So they sit on the toilet and it all goes down the toilet, doesn't it? And then it ends up pooing up here on their head, don't they? No? Well, how do they do it? They grab it and they put it up every time. Yeah? So you're grabbing your hair. How do you wipe? No, Eric. Eric, Red, I'm not a dirty mind. I'm just an honest question. Okay. See this? This is how they spied in the past. This was NASA military editing room. This is how they edited films in the past. Now we can do it on our mobile devices. And they needed all of this to do video editing. Eric, I will wash my mind out and all will be well. Rapunzel, let down your hair. That was a good story. And you're onto something there, Salad. Yeah, I think there's a definite code with all of these. Rumple foreskin and Rapunzel, all of these weird fucking stories. So yeah, it is beautiful, and I get that, you know, and I do love long hair. It's the most beautiful thing. But yeah, it must be a pain in the fucking ass, especially with all the mud hanging around everywhere, and you know, toiletry needs, which apparently none of us have got. Let's not talk about that anyway. So this is a nice lock. It's got a serpent over it. Asians, decoration for no purpose, I guess. I think that locks were electric like they are now in the modern days, the ancient times as well. I really do. So instead of knitting a nice Aran jumper, dye the sheep first, and then when you cut the shear the sheep, then you will have a jumper ready. No, don't tell me that's not genius. I know. Thought about that. Right, this is the Zabella. I've got some schematics here for Antiquitech. I think AI might have knocked them up, but they are very, very detailed. This is the Zabella, as you know, broken. But this one seems to be monumentally big compared to the one that really existed. How did they get it up there? Look at the gantry going up. Has to be. I haven't seen any other interpretation of it being that big anyway. So it's a lot of detail. So mud flooders, you can see the buildings below street level, front doors and windows, proving in this case, that the street was below this level. And it's been filled up with mud at some stage, proving mud flood. This was in 2019 or 2018 for Poppy Day. And I made a video about it. And this image came up the other day. And I said, wow, they got loads of blood fucking streaming out of the Tower of London, something really, really bad's going to fucking happen. And then we had the pandemic, innit? So she's coming undone because she's a robot, look. She's like, excuse me, my batteries, can you change them? Oh. She's coming apart at the seams like a melted candle. God, this is a nice little picture. I think this one's in Morocco. You can see a member of the French Foreign Legion. And it looks like the end of the Great Wall of China, but a little Star Wars bastion. Beautiful little fortage that you get on the coast of North Africa. Check this out. Colonial building. Mutual life building. Check this out for a size of a building. Look at the size of the doors and a statue inside. Chicago, this one. Commonwealth loan. So they want everyone in debt, nobody owning anything, nobody owning homes, everything rented. Because they don't want you to have all of your energy to do what you want to do. You've got to give it to them, they think, but that's not the case. You do it through, like I said, the universe, once you cut it off, looks out for you. How beautiful is that from the expositions? Martin was the first to introduce you to mud flood. Yes, hippie, and a lot of the world. It was myself and a few others talking about it at the time. Not many though. Sylvia and Mudfly, who is Justine, and others. Wise Up, no, he done more ancient stuff. So yeah, there's a giant aquifer under the Amazon. Always guessed me that one. That's why there's the giant river there. Yeah, this is an interesting build. And look at the world at its feet. It's tiny mud, and then you got this device. Tularic amplifier. I think this is an interesting image as well. I've shown images of the Washington Memorial being built and underneath it, but imagine if that was there. This was a plan put forward for it, never materialized. They say could have been underneath it. So I'm not sure what's happened to this street. It's an old American street, and as you can see, it is full of mud. And these are all mud flood buildings. Difficult to know. Difficult to know. Look at this beautiful church machine. So Europe has some fantastic churches to behold. Outside, not so good looking, but inside, whew. So this is Paris in the days of the expositions. Now, if you go to the Eiffel Tower, it stinks of poo because there's basically all like drug addicts and everything else all hanging around in the grass, which used to be the expositions, which I found out this week on the Kurt Katz video. I was quite astounded. I couldn't even believe what I was seeing. It's like, what? Centre Paris? It's like 10 times worse than London. London's not even bad, not compared to that. Fuck me. Ow. Europe went to shit in a handbag. It was always the safest place. Some places still are, like Barcelona, places like that. Kids just run wild. Everything's just a safe society in a lot of places still, guys. Like I said, it's what you think it is. If people think that they're going to go out into the world and something's going to happen to them, it's a good possibility that somewhere along the line something will. But if you know in your heart when you go out, nothing can mess with you and you're all powerful, that's exactly the reality you get. Nothing will bother you. The reality just like placates, just sees to you. Make sure you're all right. Make sure you're keeping on the right road and you're doing your quest properly. Because if you do veer anyway, which is why I try to just concentrate on what I got to do, which is this, yeah, pinches you and puts you back up on the right track. So don't give your attention there, don't give it there, keep your energy for you to do this, which is what I'm doing, which is why we gain so much ground, I think. He's got a few orbs. He's got an orb there. So you see that? This is another Dura picture of an amazing giant knight, giant horse. But yeah, I think they were using other tech. The Dura pictures, I've got massive collections of Dura pictures. One of them is called Dura Trippy. Oh God, you should see the stuff in there. Some of his, it's got ISIS there, look. IHS, ISIS. Interesting, he put the ISIS logo in there, especially for like 15, 17. Like me. Constantine Arch in Rome. As you can see, Rome in this picture, I think this one's by Turner. You can see that it is just a mess. Post reset. Sorry, just like that. The fall of the Roman Empire that never went anywhere, that's still here. I can tell you it fell. The empire is going to fall, but it's like all of the countries are in it together, guys. Every single one of them. Might be one or two out of it, or maybe, I don't know. I wonder what that is there. That tower. That's in Antwerp. Or was in Belgium. I don't know if it's still there. A lot of Antiquitech, double pillars. It's always the Masonic and the church symbols like that. So yeah, this was in New York in the past, and it was a tube train that ran, and then it got replaced by an upper gantry conventional train, steam or steam powered train. But at first they had these pneumatic tubes shooting a cylinder of people down New York streets when everything else was horse and carty. I would love to have seen that futuristic technology in work in action. And then it goes backwards to steam trains, and then backwards again to like diesel, and then electric, then later. And started fucking then. These are Iron Maidens. Apparently, this is what the group Iron Maidens named after. They put people in these and closed them. And it was like an advanced form of acupuncture. Don't think they actually died. I think it was just acupuncture. Yeah, this is a curious Antiquitech building, isn't it? So if you look at my thumbnail that I devised, it will show you a demon sigil circle in the shape of this, a fasces. And this is the same shape as a fasces. Circle in the middle, smaller circles all the way around. Same fasces, looking down at it. Same as a cable, same as a fash. So, ancient antiquity below ground level here, the classical world, which I don't think was an infinitely long time ago. I just think it was another timeline. It was crossovers. Ooh, Linda Carter. She became Wonder Woman. She was quite a big girl, was Linda Carter, but she was Wonder Woman. Dun, 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 dun. And she was Miss Arizona World. Wonder Woman. Never mind just Stradivarius. They had these. This is in Germany. And it's a Phoenician violin. And this was the craftsmanship of the 18th century. It's hard to believe that they were producing such works of art. You never see anything like that in the modern day. Best worth a fortune, but look at it covered in Phoenician. You know, the Bacchus, the Cherbanouskis, even like the Melicillin, like on the Starbucks coffee thing. Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing violin. So yeah, also I mentioned swords tonight, haven't I? Hilts of swords got a lot more going on. As you can see, it's this Delft effect with this. But cutlasses, this is a cutlass. But with the hilt as well, I feel that there's some sort of what looks like, well, I don't know, electromagnetic technology because of the, you know, you got like, can you see the kidney bean shape, but it's got a spiral, which is in fact the golden ratio, and they repeat it over and over. So it's like full of mathematical equation, which is releasing some sort of technology, isn't it? Torsion field tech, isn't it? So yeah, this is like a Tiffany butterfly affair. You know, I really like Tiffany lamps and stained glass windows. It's the sort of place I'd like to live, is have Tiffany lamps, that sort of stained glass windowy effect, and yeah, candles, fuck electric, candlelit, firelight. That's what we want. So another hilt, a lot more going on in there, isn't there? Gold, hidden technology. So yeah, scent bottles in a walnut box in silver pewter maybe, but yeah, beautiful quality stuff. Imagine having, if you were into drugs, this could be a drug container, like your little Loathing Las Vegas box, if you like that. So yeah, this proves that fireplaces that've got expensive paintings and mirrors over them were not what was going on, because if that was going on, this, if it was a painting, this fire would have completely done this, because that's what fires do when the smoke comes on, showing that there's some sort of other technology going on with Tatarian fireplaces, radiant heating. Alas, poor Yorick. He was a bit of a twat, but I liked him. I know. It's all bollocks. I've got, this is a Roman blue glass. I love to go beach glass hunting, finding glass, and blue is hard to find. And if it is, it's a possibility. It's what they call Roman blue glass. Now, I have got some old bottles that I dug up in a Victorian tip. What are you laughing at, Ryan? So, yeah. This was a train, and it's in Saudi Arabia in the desert, and it was blown up by Lawrence of Arabia in like First World War, and it's still there today. So go on, Lawrence of Arabia. Give him the willies. Put the willies up him. So this is apparently ancient chewing gum, and it was made from birch sap, or birch bark sap, that black stuff in birch, and it was used as old chewing gum. Chewing gum is you know, when you move your jaw all the time, it does, I think it does something, you know, definitely to the ear as well. I think there's more going on with chewing gum. I think they've always done it. I think it's a tech as well. So this is when they found Nefertiti. It's a convenient photograph, isn't it? The only one in existence. They had a photograph ready. They always do that, don't they? Smash it. Ribbit. So yeah, these are from the Middle Ages, like 1400s, ladies' shoes. So ladies were wearing high heels in the past. Did you know the ladies were wearing high heels in the past? Birch trees are my favorite tree. I used to make birch oil in a army caddy frying pan thing, fire. It is a spiritual tree, so yeah. These are Roman glass balls. And when I first looked at them, I thought, shit, the Romans are doing orgonite pyramids. And this is orgonite technology, surely, isn't it? In glass balls. The Romans are doing orgonite. I've got one that looks just like it up by there, guys. Who knew? I love that Roman blue glass, though. I think it might be uranium in it. So, yeah, this is a dress which has been made the same as a pillar. Strange. This is uranium glass. The Romans were known to put, they knew about radioactive products. How? What a guy to counter. And they put uranium into this, which is apparently Roman, 2,000-year-old. And they knew about uranium. So this was education in the old days. This is how babies are born. Look. Blech. It's like the mother is not really nice, is it? But you get the drift. How did it get there in the first place, miss? Miss, how did it get there in the first place? Oh, okay. Let me ask your mother and father about, what should I ask them? Ask them to tell you about the birds and the bees. The birds and the bees? What? Are they doing it? No. That's lovely. I'd love to walk over that, would you? It's been walked over for 1 billion years by 1 billion pilgrims on the same spiritual quest. And what do they find? Oh, it's an illusion. That's what they find. No, it's not fucking real. I've been battering myself over nothing forever. Ah. Okay. I don't think lock. Oh, look at this. If you look through this lock, there, that's what you see. That's by design. Isn't that clever? Look at that. Who live in the house like this? Through the keyhole. Is it you? They used to do that. I used to have this teacher called Mr. Davis. And when I was talking in class, he used to just bang the table and he'd go, who is it? Who is it over there that always talks? Is it you, Martin Leaker? And I'd say, no, sir. Lie. Obviously, it's always me talking. They said I was disruptive to the class. That's nice. I like that. That's uranium glass. Yeah, they said I was disruptive to the class. I wasn't. I was educating them. But my teachers were really, really stupid as well. So there's that. They found a helmet, a Greek helmet in the mud. And it's like made of copper, oxidized a bit, it looks. But there was a thing that went on you with like bristles, like a hair, like a brush. But I reckon it was made of wire because it's not on there anymore, is it? No. Could have been a tech, just slit it in there. So yeah, the Vikings used to drink out of these like horn, which I quite like. I've never drunk out of a horn myself. It wouldn't hold enough beer. Oh, she's locked in there forever. Art Deco. Probably a scent bottle or something worth a packet on the internet, probably. Ow! How much hours have I been talking? 528 of you. Thank you for being here. Make sure to like this video if you did like it. And thank you for being here. I do appreciate all your input and loads of groovy comments. I'm going to come back. Hiya, India. Come back and give you all shouts and see what's been going on. Okay, I've got more posts to come this week because, like I said, next Saturday I'm going to be off, but I'll try and do some recording, which I didn't do any in Rise Above because basically nobody had their phones out, not one person. So I wasn't going to be, fucking mobile phone junkie because that's what everyone's doing. Just can't even leave them alone. And do you know what I've been doing? I told you, Milan, I've been just like watching series, is putting the computer down and just not listening to it all. And then it's just not affecting me. So there's that. Most negative bullshit comes off the internet and tell you that for nothing. Arsehole neighbours, things like that I can deal with. The internet is in your face. And none of it's real either. So this is Mexican, Mesoamerican. I don't know why they're doing it. Wish winter was over. I haven't even started yet, pussycat. You wait. Fucking hell. There's not many old people left, but they'll kill the rest of them off. They haven't got any eating allowance. It won't take long. Hi-ho, rabbit, away right into tomorrow today. So rabbit Roman, gladiatorial. Had some birds. Yeah, a couple of birds. This was a doughboy's helmet in the First World War. I love winter too, salad, but I don't like because my bones and my body really, really hurt in the British damp, shitty bottom of a fish tank climate. Prefer to be somewhere warm and not in pain. It's the truth, we know. So let's have a look at some more obscure cave paintings. Oh, they're having electromagnetic weapon off, aren't they? Like Flash Gordon. They look just like Flash Gordon. You know what I'm saying? That's Mick Jagger. And Mick Jagger, yeah. So this is the oldest map, they reckon, a Babylonian map. Let's have a check of it out. It's in the British Museum. It's probably umpteen years old. Island, mountains, island, 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 island. So land all around, okay. Ocean all the way around. Proper order. So this is the ice wall, sort of thing. Urartu, city. Haban. Ooh, canal swamp, interesting. Babylon's there in the middle. Probably don't know there's any of the other world. Oh, Assyria's there. Maybe they don't know about the wider world. So, I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. Oh, Denia in Spain. Just looking at that. Because it's on the coast of Costa Blanca, where the Moors did once invade. But I hear that they were one of the last areas to not give up to Franco in the Spanish Civil War. Because that Spanish Civil War was fucking gnarly when you read into that. So the Wales are doing it as well. Everybody's doing it, even though they don't know they're doing it. They're doing treble clips. They're doing the golden ratio. So they're producing bubbles, Wales, that produce this mathematically. How is that even doable? Because all of nature is doing it. We're doing it. The mammals and all of nature and all the bugs. Everybody's doing it. So this is the Black Bull, the oldest inn in Oatley, reputedly drunk dry by Cromwell's troops who camped outside the town on the eve of the Battle of Marsden Moor. Yeah, whatever. So if you want to come back and be born again, would you come back as Judge Best? He had a bit of a fantastic life. They even gave him a second liver and he drank that one away as well, didn't he? Fantastic women, sports cars, lived like fan-fucking-tastic. George Best player ever, I don't know. So he said, I spent a lot of money on booze, birds and fast cars, and the rest I squandered. He was a fucking legend. A legend amongst men, but he didn't last. But he had a groovy life anyway. So, yeah. Crazy, isn't it, lightning? I was like 6 foot away from a lightning. This railings next to me, my son, it was like, fuck me, I felt that. I felt it in my body. I reckon if you got struck by lightning, you'd probably be really, really psychic. Better psychic, I mean. Brilliant. So look at the entrance to the Brooklyn Public Library. Is that posh or what? Owls full of Egypt symbology, because it would be with their hermetics and they're weird. It's probably headquarters for OTO or something. Look at it. How beautiful is that? That's just the entrance to the library. Crazy. So this is in Turkey, and you can see remnants of the old world. Can't remember what side. I think it's what's supposed to be Troy, but they don't really know. So that's an optical illusion gate. If you look at it, it just goes infinitely deep. Really love that effect. I like optical illusions. This one's in Spain, and it's a round Asian door. I think all doors should be like that. Wouldn't it be better like that? I want a round door. I want different. I don't sick of fucking square doors. I want a round door. There you go. So let's have a look at some ancient Greek coins. These are mint. Let's have a look what the Greeks were up to. Okay, they had elephants in Greece, did they? How come Hannibal had elephants? They haven't got elephants there in the modern day, have they? So how come they got elephants in all sort of classical stories? Like Hannibal with his frigging elephants. He went over the Alps with them, apparently. It's like, what? So where did he get the elephants from? Africa. Yeah, like it'd have to be southern Africa. I don't think they got elephants traipsing around the Sahara fucking desert, have they? So he would have had to go East Africa, hadn't he? Or India to get elephants. So how they got elephants in Europe? They must have been just indigenous. Battle elephants, for example, like Hannibal's. Makes no sense, do it? Unless they actually were like Hannibal was like not where he came from, they said, and from the place where elephants come from, like India or Persia even. No, I think they have got elephants out there in Asia anyway. They got bigger ears and smaller ones in Africa. Or is the other way around? Can't remember. Again, in architecture, you can see the golden ratio is put into all of architecture of the classical world. Again, with mathematics. Precision mathematics done by monks. They never had no 3D technology. They had no computers as such, yet they managed to put this together. Toroidal mechanics. Mad, isn't it? Excuse me. No elephants around here. Well, we don't. I got many. Oh, thank you, Shannon Clark. I do appreciate the beautiful images. Oh, yeah, really enjoyed tonight's video, guys. Look at this. It does not look like a technology. Just stunning. But it's a technology, obviously. So the schematics looking down on these things as well, you know, looks like computer components. There's no two ways about it. They do. Excuse me. Again, with the double toroidals, see all the time on Corinthian column tops, toroidals everywhere, and shells. Sol and Luna, they're having a bit of a battle here in this old depiction. Page 33, Illuminati confirmed, and she is about to clobber, oh, he is about to clobber her with what looks like a scepter with a fleur-de-lis on it. Technology again. This is Venus, statue of Venus. We all seen Venus de Milo, haven't we? That's what happens if you bite your nails. You end up like Venus de Milo. So here's Kali Yuga. Let's have a look. She's green. Of course she's green. Come from underground. And you see these separate land, you know, the separate land masses surrounded by oceans. Could be in this middle one. And then you've got other reality, hell realm, other reality, heaven realm, other densities like a bad area. Hell got shitholes. And so is heaven. And they're fucking siphoning our energy to third party to preserve their immortality. I ain't doing that anymore. I'm not sure what the Greek says there, but we got two serpenty-headed beings, haven't we? So see that a lot. They're tied. Maybe two political houses. I don't know what it means. Unless we got serpenty people in the past, like you get on Conan the Barbarian. So this is from Antiquity. I think it's 18th century, this one, or a bit later. And this is the stuff they were built in. Look at this. The shells, the Phoenician theme, monkey, and an archer. And I bet that launched that arrow. It looks like it does. Beautiful stuff in the past. So look at this alchemical image. So yeah, this quest for the Philosopher's Stone, for the Holy Grail, for eternal life, immortality. That's all it is ever about. And this is from I673. When we already had it in the first place. So he's doing the X code. You see deities and Freemasons. Jacob Bohm, philosopher. And there's his subjects he looks into from 1575. Some of the images are really trippy that come with him. Look at this. 500-year-old trumpets from heaven, and look at these geometric weirdnesses. The orb again. Just absolute craziness. And see how it's all in this sort of weird portal. It looks like it's got like sound dampening technology. Looks like a portal. It's so trippy. This is the full image. An angel with a fiery sword, and we know what you're going to do with that. So these are sirens down here, 3 of them. Sirens and mermaids in all of the Phoenician narrative, and they're not real, apparently, they say. So is that my images for the week? I think it is. Wow, did we actually get there? Fuck me. There you are. Almost 4 hours talking. I've still got 500 of you in the house. Thank you for being here. It's awesome of you to join me on Flatter Day. I love Flatter Days. And I will do a live in the week anyway. I think Martin is down a queue. Very uplifting, positive movement despite popular belief. Thank you, 1726. That was good whistling. Oh, I whistled earlier. Don't like whistling indoors. My mother brainwashed me with it's bad luck to whistle indoors. You whistle up the wind. It's already windy. So I think I'm good. Beer cans in the dishes. Well done, Alva Billy. Throw them at peasants. Fuck you. Throw a can at them. Nah, don't do that. Shiners are weird. Shriners are weird. Excuse me. David. Right, I'm going to move down. Make sure to shout yourself now in the chat feed, guys, so I can bring you up. And then when you watch it back later, you can go, ooh, vibration. Like it's a thing. But it is, isn't it? It's the weirdness of YouTube. Okay. Coming into my 10th year of Flat Earth. This month is 10 years of Flat Earth. I first posted the first week of September 2015, making this the anniversary of Flat Earth British. Shit, I should have had to do. It is. I've been posting like literally 10 years this week. Fuck, I didn't even realize till just now. 10 years this week. I should show you my first video. God almighty. You wouldn't even believe the transformation in me. Yes, I believe this too. Just can't remember what that was. Thank you, Marcel, for being here, my brother. Awesome. Yeah, I know, Corinne. Fucking hell, 10 years I survived on YouTube. Mind you, I've been through a few channels. Fucking hell. And all the other shit in the handbag. But yeah. Thank you, Mr. Razda, my brother. It's always good to see you, my friend, bringing your energy. Gigi. Yeah, I know. 10 years. It's nearly impossible to survive 10 years. And being a real channel with real people, not bots. And organically grow, meaning almost 71,000 subscribers actually subscribers, what I've gained over the years. I started out like this channel, 2018, 0 subscribers. They wanted me to fuck off and go away. I was like, no, I won't be doing that. I'll be back. And I was. So, Eric Red, good to see you. Okay, don't know what that means. It says Q. I don't know if it's Q and unrelated, which is another one of those loops. Too funny. Actually got Dr. Claus. I don't know what that being good. I don't know. Super duper flat a day. Thank you, Barbara. Lovely. 16 Alpha, who's always awesome. Time flies when you're having fun. My God. Hang on, past 7, past 8, past 9, past 10. Oh, 3 hours. Fucking hell, where's the time going? Oh, Misty World, hey, lovely. Yeah, I know it's gone quick, haven't it? 10 years. A lot of these people are here have been with me since the very beginning. Squirrel Sniper, a few others. So it's like from the get-go. Very exciting times. First on YouTube. Very, very exciting. Meeting all these different people. God. Feels like a lifetime ago because it was. Back. There's a few good channels on there. I know it's it's hard to filter through, but there are still a few truthers out there banging them out. You know who they are. But I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Where's the YouTube Awards? Don't want all that bollocks. Not interested in any of it. I'm doing none of that. Don't need it. Chip. Good to see you. Missy, Tommy, Ippy, Sweetness. Thank you for linking up my thing. Marianne, who's talking to Free Man. Ooh, excuse me. Marianne, who's talking to Free Man. And Beth. Good to see you again, Bethage. Merry birthday to you and your Wiggly Flat Farm. Thank you, Beth, Wiggly Flat Farmist. Oh, I so missed that week. We had all of us that weekend when we was on that patio place in Rise Above. We had such a good time. Oh my God, it was mental. But everyone was looked after. That's what I liked. Everyone was taken care of, you know, put blankets on people who were cold and stuff. Everyone was looking out for everyone else, which is a beautiful thing, you know. Decade of knowledge dropped. My God, I've said 1 billion words on this YouTube. I've done so many comments and likes and all the rest of it. But I've got to keep going. I'm on the precipice here. Great upload. Thank you very much, Richie. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Make sure to like this video if you did. Let's get this video out there. I'm sure it could do a lot of good in the world if people would take their energy back and stand in their own sovereignty and not give it away for nothing. Thank you, Hippie Shake, you darling. We should put my donations thing up there, which is awesome of her. Thank you, lovely. And Eric the Red, sweet dreams. I'm made of this. Who am I to disagree? I've traveled the world and the 7 seas. Everybody is looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to siphon you. Martin, if you were to condense the last 10 years into one word, what would it be? Fantastic. Fantastic. Beyond my wildest dreams. Absolutely, all of it. The truth of community, the whole experience of what we do, what we did, the truth we bring. Phew, can't put a price on that shit, let me tell you. Reclaim the plane? Phew, fuck me. I'm getting a blast of energy just thinking it. Ah, ooh, that feels good. Ooh, trippy. What has 10 years on YouTube taught me? Taught me that I shouldn't give my energy away so freely. I should have kept it for me because I nearly literally killed myself doing that on YouTube, literally. Nervous exhaustion, what they call FE burnout, YouTube burnout, take myself to the extreme, forcing, trying to, I went the wrong way because I was trying to force information and data by living a life a certain way when it was not helping at all, not happening. Because I was like getting like what you might call, or the fear of getting what you might call writer's block, or a stem of information, which to me is like unbearable for me to not connect to source. Thank you, Nina. Enrique, good to see you. Matt Crane, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you, B. Thank you, Marianne, and thank you, everybody, for what was and is a literally groovy Friday night. Hope you all had a little giggle. Linda Blair, puking mushy peas. Mother sucks jelly babies in hell. You have a little giggle of that? Of course you did, didn't we? Mother jelly babies. Thank you. Thank you, Zig and Zag. And Sven, my brother. Oh, mate, we'll catch up soon. I'm fucking almost on Bournemouth, it seems. We've done it like 3-4 times this year. Ryan, Eric, for some reason. Curious Squirrel, who is Laura, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Lovely. Okay. Right. Thanks for your good comments, Scott. Thanks for everybody for resonating. If you've got any comments you want to make about what I've said down below, make comments. Okay. I'm sure it's not for everybody, and I'm sure there will be some resistance, but that is literally just going to be solidifying my whole point. People lose their shit with me because I'm thinking something, because I think in a different way. I think I see everything differently, and I do now. Thanks, DN. Thanks, William. So I hope it helps. I noticed in my comments earlier, loads of people taking their power back. Thanks, will do. It's a beautiful thing, and changing their lives, and not fucking mashing their heads up about bullshit. It's a beautiful thing. It's only ever than now. Forget the past. Did never happen anyway. Committed energy on my bucket list. Nice one. I haven't got one of them. I've done most of them anyway. Thank you, Mr. Wu. Thank you, William, for being here for 3 hours. Thank you, Gaz. Yes, we all have a different take, and that's what's beautiful. Everyone should have a different take on reality anyway. And everyone's valid, same as academia, because they don't know shit about shit. So ours is as valid as theirs, and mine, and yours. God of all resets. We'll finish with that. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I've been talking way too long. Still nearly 500 of you here. Like I said, please make sure to do the YouTube honors by sharing this video, subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in a day or two. Keep an eye on my community page for anything else that's going on, and I hope to see some of you there next weekend at the convention thing that's happening. So, which is probably the last major event of 2025. No, the penultimate major event of 2025. It's been a fantastic year, and it's gone like that. Have you noticed how quick this year's gone, guys? Have you noticed? It's like it's fucking September already. It was just mind-boggling how quick time's going, guys. The quickening. But time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, Bournemouth, man, you missed it. Missed it well. Didn't see you. It's good. Okay, then. Well, if you don't, will there be more stuff we're going to organise next year? There'll be loads more going on, okay? We'll start getting on with all of that in the near future. Don't take dog me, man. Okay, then, Ryan. Come here, back. All right, will do. Thanks, Machiavelli. I'm going to go. Okay, then. Stay epic. Boom Shankar. May the seed of your loins be forever fruitful in the belly of your woman. And make sure to subscribe. See you soon.